And we welcome you back to Walbrook Stadium, Dixie High School. Once again, this has really become an annual game between these two teams. As a matter of fact, in our media day, I brought that question up, and tell you, Coach Munker says, well, as long as I'm here, I hope to keep it. This has been a great start. It's two good teams. He says we like to do that. Of course, Dixie takes on a 5A team, but I think they've been very, very competitive. Doesn't matter which rating or which region they're in, these two teams go at each other.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Again, appreciate Roy's Pizza and Pasta bringing you the pregame show. We're closing in on kickoff. We got about 4 minutes left, and let's take a look at our tools to the game. Bucks Ace Hardware now open in the Dino Crossing. They've got steel products, Valspar paint, Craftsman's tools. You got a great big sporting goods section with all the guns and ammo, and just opened about a month ago, and that's going to be great for everybody out there in the Washington Fields area to have a hardware store out there right here in your backyard.
Dino Crossing, way to go.
Yeah, we're excited to have them as our tools to the game sponsor. I think for Dixie tonight, obviously Reggie Graff's debut. Going to be some nerves. How quickly does he settle the nerves? Not his normal center. You heard Coach talk about Slade Kolb. And so that's going to be interesting. Snap might be a little bit different, might be a little bit trouble up the middle with the pass protection, maybe not getting as many reps in fall camp. And now all of a sudden he's the starter for, it sounds like, a couple of games. So I think that O-line is going to have to collectively work together and be really key tonight. Obviously, third down conversions is where I would like to see Reggie Graff really shine tonight. They do have some talented weapons if they can get, Nate Mahi the ball. He was voted the preseason MVP at our media day you alluded to just a moment ago.
Right.
He is a guy that they love. In the jet sweep, they love that quick fly sweep to him. Miles Keenan, the kicker, also going to play some receiver. Weston Benelos is their running back, and they really like him. He's never played varsity before. He's been on the JV team, but 5'11", $185. Benelos is really a guy that they expect big things from this season. Keaton Schweitzer's out tonight. He's not playing. Kason Reese got a knee injury. He's not playing tonight. So the injuries, man, they were snake bit. You go back to last year's playoffs. Barbin playing hurt. Hobbs Nyberg breaks the hand. And now already some injuries in camp. Coach Munkers was kind of frustrated with it when I talked to him a little bit yesterday, but next man up. He's been doing this long enough. He knows you got to have depth at every position if you're going to be a true all-around successful team.
Amen. This really does test the mettle. And one key, and I think it goes without saying, that it's tough because it's the start of the year. You want to show what you can do. You want to get out there. You're ready. You're tired of beating up on your own team. But you have really got to, I think, get back to the basics. Stay at home on defense. Play your position. Watch what you're doing all times, because when you make a couple of mistakes, they are so key in this game. So whoever can do the least amount of mistakes, I think very much will win this game.
Yeah, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun to see how this one plays out. They got two guys that competed for the quarterback for Springville. Jaden Church played a little bit of quarterback, and Peyton Murphy. I did not get to talk to Coach Willie Child, so I'm not sure who's starting tonight for Springville. I think we're about to find out whether it's Church or it's Murphy. Sometimes coaches, that battle will carry on into the non-region part of the schedule. Give them both some live action, see which one performs the best in a live situation. So we'll have to watch that closely. Obviously, quarterback play is going to be big for Springville tonight.
Absolutely. I think Springville just won the toss. They declined to the second half, so they will kick off. The Dixie Flyers will get their hands on the football to start it off. This has been the Roy's Pizza and Pasta pregame show. I tell you, who said it? Was it you, Devin? That means football, pizza, it all goes together. Great stuff. We really appreciate them. Bucks Ace Hardware in our tools to the game and our Camping World coach's comments. You heard the coach. He's basically saying, let's do it. Let's get out there and play.
Yeah, and again, run through the Sky Mountain starting lineup for the defense for the Flyers. You got Tyson Miller at a DB, Jackson Reyes at a linebacker, Tyler Walden's going to be a DB. So is Beezer, Harrison Beezer. He's a safety in this scheme. Nihoa Kiahano. That is a tough name, and there's two brothers on this team. But I'll tell you, the guy that we're going to be calling his name a lot, Jake Staley, 5'11", $190. He's a senior, one of the leaders on this defense up the middle. Lorenzo Schwalger's another guy that's going to play linebacker with him. And then you've got Connor Walden down low, big number 90, only 5'10", Mike, 220, but he plays with a high-octane motor. Going to be really, really exciting to see how he plays tonight for this Dixie defense. Pretty good crowd. They're making some noise. We're getting set to go, and Flyers will get the ball first.
I'm ready to go. Brody Taylor, the senior, will kick off for the Springville Red Devils. The ball is in the air, and it is deep and into the, right on the goal line. It's taken to the 10, to the 20, out near the 25-yard line. So not a bad return. I thought he stepped in the end zone, but he was right on the line. The ball is brought out to the 25, 1st and 10 Flyers.
Yeah, nice return there by Tyson Miller. You could tell he was amped up. He did not want to get the touchback there, and we're underway. Welcome our viewers on sportsradio977.com. Thanks to our partnership with CEC TV, coming at you on TDS Cable Channel 22. And we'll see Reggie Graff, the junior quarterback, getting his first ever varsity snap here in a second.
All right, out of the gun to in the backfield with double wide to either side. Graff with the call. First snap of the game, drops back, looks it up, works to the far side. Incomplete up around the 30-yard line. May have led a little bit too much. I think that was Mahi out there trying to haul that one in. Second down, 20 to go, or 10 to go.
Yeah, 6 touchdowns last year for Nate Mahi. You think, well, that's not a ton of production, but you got to remember he had Peyton Hare and Hobbs Nyberg on this Dixie offense. So he's a guy that has the most experience. In fact, out of all the skill guys, he's the only one that started most of the games last year for Dixie High School.
That was a pretty safe throw, kind of a straight-out throw, but he let him too much. So second down, 10 yards to go. Once again, Graff from the snap, drops back. A delay handoff up the middle to the 25, trying to get to the 30, won't make it. And he is only going to gain about 3 yards to the 28-yard line. I thought for a moment he had a lot of room there, but somebody grabbed a hold of Vanalos and said, that's it. So gain of 3, second down, 7 yards to go.
You could see the speed, though, on that drop play. Vanalos, man, he hit that hole pretty hard. Really good burst there for the senior running back.
So a big third down play early for the Flyers. They definitely kind of like to get something going early. Once again, out of the gun, Reggie Graff, the junior quarterback. Low snap, he reaches down, gets it. He's running for his life, gets wide, takes a block up the field, has the first, up around the 20 or 39-yard line. May give him the 40. Boy, nice move. It looks like he was going outside all the way, Devin. Then he cut back on the inside of that block and gains the first.
Yeah, I love the decision to tuck and run. Nobody open, goes through his progressions, and then decides to scamper. Took a little awkward hit there as he went down, but he popped right back up. You know, both his brothers played here at Dixie High School. Gavin was an offensive lineman and a punter. His brother Tyson was a safety and the first quarterback in the family, and looking pretty good there running the football.
Amen. Split wide to the near side comes Daniel Asasa. And it's trips to the near side, and they go up the middle attempt, and they're going to lose about 2 yards. Boy, looked like they knew he was coming. Banuelos couldn't get anything started. It'll be loss of a yard. Second down, 11 yards to go. First quarter, no score here from Dixie High.
Yeah, I'd love to get a little bit better production on first down, but when your quarterback can scramble and pick up a key third down conversion, you got a fresh set to work with here. Coach Munker's keeping things pretty simplistic right now. A couple rollouts, a couple run plays. Hasn't turned Reggie Graff loose yet, tried anything over the top or deep down the field.
We'll see. In the slot on the near side is Tyson Miller. Now a drop back. The pass is complete, but behind the line of scrimmage, and they're going to get the yard they lost, maybe one more. That's a lot of work there by Tyson Miller for a very short gain.
Yeah, Tyson Miller, though, he's one of the specialists at receiver that will play a lot of defense, too. You know, they have tried to platoon here when Coach Munkers was here before, and then with Coach Stokes and Coach Lapo, as you see the replay, great shot there as they brought him down, only a 3-yard gain or so. But this year they've had to kind of put a couple kids in a position where they're going to be forced to go both ways.
By the way, good job on the defense. 3 defensive players right there to bring him down. So here we have third down, 9 yards to go. Trips to the left. Single wide out to the near. Graff goes back. Has pretty good protection. Now he swings out, looks downfield, and throws it way out of play. Ooh, and the wide receiver there ended up crashing into the bench.
That looked like a hurt. Travis Muir.
Wow.
He was 6-7 yards there where the bench is, and luckily he's got a helmet and shoulder pads on there, kind of break his fall. He looks fine. He's trotting back.
Yeah. I think he looked up just in time. It looked like he was going to do a head dive there for a moment. So the Flyers, after getting 1 first down, will have to punt the ball away, a single deep back for the Red Devils. And I believe that is Jaden Church back there. And the kick is away. Church will let it bounce, takes a big high bounce, and he picks it up, and he's hit immediately down at the 20-yard line. What a good job by special teams player. And I think that was Kanoe.
It was Ethan Emerson, number 24, Mike, I believe, that got the tackle. And, Church decided to take it on a hop instead of catch it cleanly. And there you see, 24.
Yep, you're right.
Emerson right there to wrap him up, take him down. And they're going to start this just right at the 20-yard line, maybe 21, give him.
Yeah, I was looking there at Kanoe. He actually had to hurdle at the last second, so I saw him come flying out of there. Well, we're going to find out a little bit more about the Springville Red Devils. Will they stay on the ground? Will they go up top? Let's find out. They come out of the I formation. Just a straight blast right up the middle, good for about 4 yards. And
it is Murphy at quarterback, Peyton Murphy, the quarterback. And I think that time they hand off the fullback. First guy through, Carter Johnston, number 47, and he picks up positive yards, about a almost 5-yard pickup there on first down for the Red Devils.
Yeah, he's a load, and not a bad gain. They give him almost 5 yards on the carry, so we'll call it second down, a long 5.
Big for the Red Devils to stop Dixie on their opening drive and keep this game scoreless here early on in the first quarter.
Back now, they want to go to the air. They pump once and fire underneath, and it is caught. Nice catch for a first down out there with the reception. Rylan Polson. Polson is a senior.
What a great route. Give him a little pump fake on the out, then goes to the deep route. Good job by Tyson Miller. He wasn't there to make the interception. Didn't lead with his head, Mike. That's such a point of emphasis across to every level. Actually extended the arms out. Clean hit by Miller. Still a first down for the Red Devils, though. They'll take it.
Clayton Johnson now comes wide to the near side as this time QB up under center. And again, the I formation for the Red Devils. Pitch it back to the deep back. He tries the right side and will not even get back to the line of scrimmage. The carry by Tyler Kelly, the running back.
And there's your guy right there. We expect Jake Staley, number 22 for the Flyers, to lead them in tackles again this year from his middle backer position. Scrapes nicely, comes down the line, and tackles him for about a 2-yard loss.
Well, it's like he saw where he was going from the onset of that play, and he just got there, knocked him off. So the second down, now about 12 yards to go. The ball right on the 40-yard line, on their own 40-yard line for Springville. Once again, back pass to the near side. It is complete, and it's good for about 8-9 yards. That'll leave a couple shy. The ball comes right up to the 45-yard line. Reception made by Clayton Johnson.
Yeah, Tyler Walden out there to make that stop. That out route, when it's timed perfectly, you can see why that's been a featured route for all of the history of football. I mean, when you break hard that out and that quarterback throws it out towards the sideline, even though Walden's in great position, all he can do is make the tackle. Still third down, key stop here for the Flyers. Maybe could force a punt.
Yeah, Flyers putting 4 down on that line, and the hit is behind the line of scrimmage, and they've got him.
Ball popped out, I believe, but I don't know if it came before he hit the ground.
Well, Flyers thought they had it. They're indicating that, but the officials don't agree, so it's staying with the Red Devils. However, it is fourth down, the loss of about half a yard, so it's 4th and 2 yards.
Yeah, Caden Famanui, junior, 6'2", 225 right there, coming in and making that stop and forcing a punt.
Once again, back deep, Tyson Miller.
I don't think Coach Willie Childs will fake it here, but you are out there at the 44. You can. It's early on. It's a non-region game. I think he's going to go ahead and try to pin the Flyers deep. Probably tempting, though.
Yeah, it might be, but I'm kind of, there's a flag. Hold everything. I don't know if we have a delay of game.
I think somebody moved.
Procedure call, yep.
Yeah, a false start up front there for the Red Devils. Although we've played now just only 5:35 left in the first quarter. No score on the one-loss scoreboard, and that's the first penalty of the game. I kind of talked about that in the pregame show, that these two teams pretty sound. We didn't expect them to be sloppy, and that hasn't been the case.
Absolutely. All right, they'll line it up just another 5 yards back. Here comes the kick. Now the kick will be coming from around the 25 to the 30-yard line. Snaps right on cue, and the ball is away off the right side of the foot. It's going to hit at the 20 and go right in the air, and picked up at the 20, ahead to the 25, maybe 27-yard line. knocked out of bounds. That was a little gutsy play. It took kind of a squirrely bounce. Instead of bouncing straight ahead, it kind of went on an angle, but he was there to pick it up and picked up another 6-7 yards. Out to the 26. It'll be 1st and 10 again for the Flyers. Back in once again, junior quarterback Reggie Graff. Thanks for joining us again. We'll be watching for the big hit, Rocky Mountain Collision. We appreciate them and their sponsorship here. If you get in a big collision, they're the folks to get a hold of.
Yeah, Caden Famanui offering that on that 3rd down stop, and then the ensuing punt. And it looked like it was going to be about the 27-yard line. This is the new rule this year, Mike. On a kick, if it's on the kicking team, the opposing team can now, instead of making them re-kick and back them up, they can add it to the end of the run. And that's what you saw right there. It was a 5-yard penalty, so they'll take it out to the 32. And this will speed things up a little bit, especially on deep kickoffs.
Yeah. On the fake the fly sweep, Graff keeps it himself, and he may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage plus a half yard. That was it. Looked to be a little broken coming through on the fly sweep. Again, they tried the handoff, but it didn't work. But there inside to bust that one up was big Ryder Peterson, a 6'5" defensive tackle.
Yeah, Reggie right there. Now, again, no Slade Kolb, your starting center. Looked like he kind of came right up the middle past George, who's filling in, only a sophomore. Snaps have been good for the backup center, but right there, a little breakdown on who was blocking who.
So it is 2nd down, 8 yards to go for the Flyers. Once again, fly sweep. This time they hand it off, starting right, cutting back to the left as Miller gets it across the 35 up to about the 38.5-yard line. That'll bring up 3rd down and about 4 yards to go.
So far, just one completion in this game. That was a little swing pass to Tyson Miller for Reggie Graff. So sticking mostly to the run right now is Coach Blaine Munkers and the Flyer offense.
Into the game comes Miles Keenan.
Now, this is certainly a passing situation. 3rd and 13. You got to give Reggie Graff a chance to throw it past the sticks and move the chains.
Daniel Asa out wide. Go ahead.
I was going to say, saw him use his feet to pick up their only 3rd down conversion of the game on their first drive.
So once again, out of the gun, Graff looks it over the middle. Pass complete for the 1st down into Springdale territory at the 49-yard line. Asasa with a nice catch, good concentration.
Yeah, Reggie Graff is a quick slant, and boom, hits it. That's Josh Kazir on the slant, and nice little bit of separation, but a beautifully thrown football. That was pretty well covered, but he put it only where his receiver could go make that grab.
All right, so it is 1st and 10 now for the Flyers.
And you were right, Mike.
We were double checking numbers.
That
here.
was Asasa with the catch. Kazir 16. I apologize, folks.
That's all right. We got it. We were caught up. Again, they go with the sweep. Sweep tried left. They're in trouble. This time he handed it off to Schweitzer, and Schweitzer did nothing but go backwards. They really had that covered well on that far side. The loss is 5 yards, 4 yards.
That's that play we saw Hobbs Nyberg get time and time again, and they would always spring him on the edge. That time, really good speed laterally. 1, 2, 3, 4 Red Devils there to make the stop on Schweitzer. Really no chance to get any positive yardage on that play.
Yeah, ball goes back to the 46-yard line, so it was a 5-yard loss. It'll bring up 2nd down and 15 yards to go. Once again, no score. We are in quarter number 1, about 2.5 minutes remaining between Dixie and Springville. Graff under some pressure, lights it up deep, and it's caught at the 25, hanging in and getting all the way in. Touchdown, Flyers.
Wow, 54 yards. Mike, they had 2 receivers on top of each other right there, and Miller just said, my ball, went and got it, broke a tackle at about the 10-yard line. Great play action fake by Graff, set that up. He took a hit as he threw that. And look at that. They're both there. They both thought they were the intended receiver, but Tyson Miller gets the first points of the season from the junior quarterback, Reggie Graff, 54-yard hookup.
I'm sure Asasa will be glad to have the touchdown, but you're right. He was right there. He thought that one was coming his way. So the Flyers draw first blood here in the game. They lead at 6-0 on the 2:23 mark. Flyers will try to get the point after. Boy, they're hustling people in and out and getting the correct snapper in there. A little bit of a change when you lose your starting snapper and deep snapper.
Yeah, all three of their snappers got injured because Kason Reese, who was going to be their starting cornerback, was actually their long snapper, and he got hurt. So they've got a little bit. That's what last night was for. The walkthrough. Who can snap the football? And let's practice it a lot.
And they come running in right at the last minute, and actually got there a little bit late. They did have a 5-yard penalty, so they'll walk it back just a little bit as Josh Stewart ready to do the point after. The kick is way, and it is good. So the Flyers put 7 on the board. They lead it with 2:23 to go, and will take the break. Again, with 2:23 to go in the quarter. 7-0. Flyers back in a minute.
There is a place where looking out means looking in, where an impression lasting only a few seconds will be imprinted on a life forever, where courage is forged and innocence rediscovered, where remembering is rewarding and forgetting unforgettable. There is a place where truth is felt and where seeing is believing. There is a place.
Did you hear about the pony with a sore throat? He was a little horse. Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding. Why couldn't the Why was the basketball court all wet? Why? Because the players kept dribbling all over it. Where did cats go on vacation? New York.
Oh, how fast things can change. The Flyers, after taking the 7-0 lead, kick off, and it was picked up by Austin Mortensen, and he wound his way through the defense and then outrun everybody. And I don't know what it was, about an 80-yard return here for a touchdown.
Miles Keenan had a chance. The kicker couldn't bring him down. You had an angle there at the end, but he just turned on the Jets.
Wow.
And talk about striking right back. And, I was kind of worried this wasn't going to be a shootout. We were talking about how these teams have had all these shootouts over the years in the history of this rivalry out-of-region game, but still they've been involved in some high-scoring affairs. And then all of a sudden, within seconds of each other, we get 2 touchdowns in a row.
Now they push the point after, however, off to the side. So this time the Utah Gastroenterology extra point did not go through. So the score now 7-6. Did you know that a colonoscopy is the most effective method of screening for colon cancer? They can actually detect and prevent cancer in just one procedure. You'll find them online at utahgastro.com. And again, we appreciate them, new sponsor this year. So now we got one, 7-6 with the Flyers leading. Nobody scored for about 10 minutes, and then within 30 seconds we had 2 scores.
Yeah, Mortensen there delivering that long run. That got to feel good. Season opener, break off that return all the way up the middle, out to the sideline. Boom.
So the Flyers will try to get things going once again, this time back deep. They have Tyson Miller. Miller on the left. And see who they've got on the right side there. Kind of hard to pick up a number from here. The other deep back to receive this. Kickoff coming in just a moment. We have 2 minutes and 10 seconds remaining now here in the first quarter. 7-6 score. Nice way to start, huh?
Yeah, this game was almost played at Dixie State University because this brand new turf, they just got it done like Wednesday of this week. They put some cooling pellets down on it. It felt really good with the hot temperatures, and not a bad way to kick off the season with the brand new turf here at Walt Brooks Stadium.
Yeah, speaking of kickoff, that one was booted a long way. In fact, Brody Taylor, the kicker, put it midway through the end zone there. So it'll be brought out to the 20-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Flyers at that point. And they lead it 7-6 here in the early going on the one-loss scoreboard.
Grabs looked good, though, especially on that deep touchdown pass. Scrambled for another first down. You can see he's an athlete. Kind of reminds you a little bit of some of Coach Munker's past quarterbacks like Blake Barney, Amundsen Cow, Mike Sharp.
Over the middle, wide open to the 45, up to midfield. And a great job at getting up a little bit slowly and kind of limping around there. That's Tyler Walden. Walden's hurt. He's going back down again.
Yeah, he's an underclassman. You can see the speed. That's Connor Walden, their senior D tackle's little brother. Great little soft spot. Floats it under. Try to see. It looks like he just kind of hog-tied the ankles and maybe rolled one of those ankles on a really secure tackle down low. Certainly a clean hit.
Yeah, they're looking at that left ankle right now of Walden.
Injury timeouts this season brought to you by Intermountain Sports Medicine. I want to thank them for their support of Region 9 Athletics. They supply all the trainers throughout Region 9. Tonight's game, we've got, of course, from Dixie High School, Mike Tolman, keeping everybody healthy and safe down there. He's out there right now looking at Walden's, looks like right ankle, Mike.
Yeah, it's hard to see from here, but yeah, he went down, and you could see it kind of hurt. He got up, took about 2 steps, and went down, and sometimes that's nothing more than a precautionary move, but he's coming off with assistance. Hopefully that's maybe a sprain.
It is the left ankle that they're looking, or that he's favoring, not putting as much pressure on it. A little round of applause from the Flyer faithful, though, as he kind of mostly on his own power comes off.
All right, we're back to live action. 2:02 to go. Quarter number 1. 7-6 Dixie with a 1-point lead. They have it 1st and 10. Right smack dab at midfield. Split very wide to the left is Miles Keenan, the senior wide receiver. And once again, Reggie Graff, the junior, out of the gun, drops back, a delayed handoff, and wow! That was figured out very quickly by big number 75, Isaso Fale. Says 6'1", they don't have his weight. He's got to be around 300 pounds.
That's a draw play, and Fale, Rocky Mountain collision, big hit there. No chance for Buenos to get going there. Do have some Hearst Ace Hardware score updates for you. Provo takes the early 7-0 lead over Cedar, and Green Canyon scores the first touchdown, and they take a 7-3 lead over Pineview Crosstown right now.
All right, so it's now second down and about 15.5 yards to go. Again, Graff back. It's decent protection. Now it breaks down. They throw to the near side, 40, 45, 50. Down the near sideline. Won't get the first down. He is forced out of bounds right at around the 45, 5 yards short of that first down marker. But pretty good. He had to tight walk down that near sideline there to get those couple of extra yards. Nice catch and run there by Weston Banuelos. So it's third now and about 5 yards to go. Flyers have just under a minute remaining here in the quarter. They lead it 7-6. Appreciate all of our great sponsors. Hoping to get another fabulous Reddy's first down here are the Flyers. And now alone. Alone in the backfield. On the sweep, they fake it. Graff keeps it himself. Dives. Second effort has the first down. Inside the 40 down to the 38-yard line.
Now you got to love that effort there from your junior quarterback. You know, been an integral part of the state championship back-to-back years for Coach Danny Ibsen and the Flyer baseball team. Started out in left field almost the entire season, did Reggie Graff. He's got a big arm, as we saw in that long 54-yard touchdown that has given them this 7-6 lead here late first quarter. But right there, just all hard, but it's coming back, Mike. There's a penalty going against Dixie High.
That's a big one. It's going to bring it all the way back now to midfield, the original line of scrimmage. So they'll set it up. It'll stay now. They lose. Did they lose the down, or is it third down? Third down.
Yeah, holding call, replay the down, I think was the signal back to midfield.
Yep, 3rd and 10. Now with 39 seconds, and the clock is running.
Muir came off the field, and then they sent him right back on.
Yeah, he goes wide left. Out of the gun, Reggie Graff on the count. Backs and puts it up in the air. Dive and no catch, but a flag goes down. I believe we're going to see a little bit of defensive interference, and I think that was Austin Mortensen on the defense.
What a job by Reggie Graff to stand in there and just get that ball away. There was pressure coming from both sides. The pocket was collapsing, Mike, and Reggie Graff stands in there and takes a big shot, actually from two sides, kind of gets just scrunched in there and able to put it out in front of Muir and draw the penalty flag, and new life for the Flyers. They're going to be down near the 35-yard line after the penalty.
Yeah, and you can see why they wanted Muir back in there. That play was called to him, the deep run down the far side. 20 seconds to go, quarter one, 7-6. Flyers up one here on the one-loss scoreboard. We certainly appreciate all of our great sponsors helping us bring you once again another season of Region 9 high school football. Again, Reggie Graff in motion, and the ball is dropped, turned around, picked up. Ball comes loose again, and it's going to be recovered, I think. No, we have to wait and see. The Flyers may have gotten back on it.
Yeah, but they're going to lose about 18, 19 yards. It was, you compound the mistake. It slipped out. It is hot. It's about 100 degrees at kickoff, and it just slipped right out of there. Mahi tries to pick it back up, but never secured it. The hit comes, pops back out. And it looks like right there, Carter Johnston should have had it, but he lost it with a little sweat. And then the Flyers, I couldn't see who ultimately got on it. Did Mahi get back on it again? No, it was 60, number 60 for the Flyers, I think, that ended up with that football.
And during all of that, the quarter came to an end. So we'll take a quick break. 7-6 Flyers, back after 1 minute.
Where do you find the titans of classical music in St. George? Classical music on Radio St. George, 100.3 FM. Where do you find the legends of jazz? Evenings on Radio St. George, 100.3 FM.
All right, well, we reverse sides. We go at it again. Jumping into quarter number 2, 7-6. Saw a good first quarter. Here we go. Flyers with the ball. Second down and a long way to go. About 27 yards for the first down. After that, fumble and fumble again. Handoff up the middle, breaking loose up to midfield. Still on his feet, looking for more, but the knee finally did touch down. Boy, I tell you, what a run. Strong run there by Weston Banelos. And he gets inside the 45 down to the 42-yard line.
Yeah, Coach Munkers was confident in talking about his new running back, senior. Not any varsity experience, but he looks A-okay to me. Nice burst, finishes with a little power, takes a hit there, but pops right back up. Benuelos running strong. Dixie State head coach Shane McClure now making a little stop here down on the field to check out the local talent. They don't open their season until September 1st out at CSU Pueblo.
Right.
First home game is September 8th against, was it Fort Lewis, I believe?
I think you're right.
That new East Grandstand looks fantastic down on campus.
That's nice, and I think they're going to have kind of a
official,
unofficial ribbon cutting ceremony. A lot of fun there.
Yeah, big event there on that kickoff classic.
By the way, it's a 5-yard walk-off against Springville. Now that makes it third down and about 12 yards to go. Back, Graff. Stands in the pocket, wants to throw the screen underneath. The ball is incomplete, and they're going to rule it that way. It was recovered by number 52, Simote Iloa, but to no avail.
Yeah, I mean, just trying to set up the screen pass right there. And yeah, I don't know if that has a chance to go for much yardage anyway. They had a couple Red Devil defenders in the vicinity. Even if he catches that, he's got some moves, but he had to juke 2 or 3 guys to get into some open space where he could get some yak yards.
I'm pretty impressed with the defense right now of the Springville Red Devils, Devin. They seem to really be able to get to the ball. They put a lot of pressure both on the quarterback and a runner if he gets it. That time, you're right, they had about 3 or 4 guys there. And I believe we have a timeout on the field. Is that? They both came over to the side. I'm going to talk right through it here for a moment. We just want to kind of set things up. Once again, several other games. If you're wondering about Snow Canyon, they are starting at 8 o'clock tonight over at Dixie State University. It was kind of an interesting race. Who's going to get their new turf down first? Flyers got it done, so they play at home. Snow Canyon not quite. They play at Dixie State, but should be back over at Snow Canyon in their next ball game. And, of course, we have Green Canyon at Pineview, Mountain View at Hurricane, Cedar and Canyon View on the road, as is the Desert Hills Thunder. And we get ready to come back. We're just a minute into the second quarter, 1 point lead right now. The point after was good for Dixie, not good for Springville. That's the difference so far in this ball game.
Got some score updates. 7-0 Highland takes an early lead over Desert Hills. They're playing up at Highland.
Right.
Rams strike first. Brady Lowry came through with a pick, and Shumway scored a 3-yard touchdown run. Canyon View grabs a 6-0 lead over Beaver. 3 minutes left in the first quarter.
That would be a big win for them. Low snap. Graff goes down and gets it, and the ball is punched away, and I believe the Flyers come up with it. No, they do not. They do not. The ball is turned over, another fumble, and unfortunately, Devin, we were talking about errors and mistakes, and in the last, 3 or 4 minutes, a case of fumbleitis has struck the Flyers.
Yeah, that's too bad.
Ball was punched from behind, and it looked like it scooted past the defense. I thought a couple of the Flyers were there to get it, but one of the Springville players leaped in there and corralled it, so they take over on their own 32-yard line. 10:50 to go, second quarter. 1 point lead for the Flyers. Once again, back to work out of the I formation. Handoff to the running back. Picks up about 3 up to the 35-yard line. Peyton Murphy, again, the quarterback. Peyton, a junior, plays a little linebacker as well. He's 6'1", pretty good size for a QB. And he's got the ability. He is a double threat.
Yeah, just get an update. Green Canyon scores a field goal, so they're up 10-3, and we're getting word Dallin Brown is not playing quarterback tonight for Pineview. He missed the scrimmage last week, and we were speculating. We didn't know if he was hurt or what, but getting reports he's not playing quarterback so far for Pineview at least.
Murphy up under center, drops back, quick pass to the near side, complete to about the 40, just past the 40. It'll be about a yard shy of the first down marker. That'll set up third down and about a yard to go. They get just across the 40, and they need to get to the 42-yard line. That is a timing play, Devin. We've seen that a couple of times as the quarterback drops back. Johnson takes a few steps and then turns, and there it is. So a big third down, short yardage needed. Everybody there, and easily this time over the top goes number 5, Peyton Murphy, for the first down. Yeah, now the official finally, I thought it was very plain, and it is. He got it by almost a full yard. So Red Devils keep it going here in the second quarter, 9:28 to go. 7-6 on the one-loss scoreboard.
Yeah, appreciate some of our other sponsors. Pace's Colgan. Need a new water softener? Don't do it yourself. Call Pace's Colgan. 586-2450.
And the handoff to the second man through the running back, but a very short yardage, maybe a yard and a half gain on that one. Good job by the Dixie defense that time as they kind of closed the door. On the replay, you'll see it. He starts to dive in, but 3 Flyer players are right there. Leading the way on that one was, that is Caden Famuina, the big 225-pound defensive lineman. So it is second down, about 8 yards to go. And a handoff once again up the middle, short gain, maybe 2 more to the 47-yard line.
Good tackle by Connor Walden. That left side really watched that right side of that Springville offensive line, got a really good jump, got a little bit of a push, but Walden slides down from his D-tackle position, makes a tackle out wide to minimize the gain.
Yeah, and he just hung on to that ankle, wouldn't allow him to get loose. So third down and about 6-7 yards to go. Now back out of the gun goes the QB, Peyton Murphy. Murphy has double wide both sides, drop backs, look to the right, swings a pass incomplete. He was looking out there for Jaden Church, but quite honestly, he just overthrew Church. Church never had a chance. And also, that is probably the worst spot to look back to try to get a pass. He looked right into that sunshine.
Yep, no doubt. Pretty clear day. Some clouds in the distance, but breeze is just gently blowing, probably 7-8 miles per hour. It will cool off, but still pretty hot. But I'll tell you what, that new turf, they put the black rubber down, but then they put a coat of the sand-colored rubber down, which really makes it about 20-25% cooler, which is beneficial when you live in southern Utah.
Amen. Players will be happy for that. 7:53. 4th down, 6 yards to go. They're going to kick. High snap. He brings it down and gets it away. And they are going to call a hitting the kicker penalty by the Flyers, and they're going to have to give this one up. Which
He's
is really
still down,
true. Yeah,
too.
he is down.
And that's the personal foul variety.
He's all right. Had to play it through. I'm sure it stung a little bit. They'll bring that one back.
Well, certainly the
we'll
right
watch
call.
the replay here.
Yeah, he gets him. He goes right up, unprotected. You can't do that. You got to dive in front or go across. He kind of left him with that leg and exposed, and certainly the right call.
Yeah, that's a huge turnaround, though. Instead of having the ball down around your own 20-25, you give it back. And now Springville into Flyer territory at the 38-yard line. They have it 1st and 10 after that major call. So we're in the second quarter, 7:43 to go. And we appreciate our sponsors, including the Summit Athletic Club. Thank you very much. Looking to get into the red zone. Scoreboard. And up the middle, down they go. Great run right up the middle this time. And that's Carter Johnston, number 47. He just found a hole and went right through it, sidestepped one guy, and then it was off to the races. He was finally caught from behind there. With the tackle for the Dixie Flyers was Ethan Emerson, number 24. But into the red zone. I mentioned it, and boy, the Red Devils went right there into the red zone. So it's at the 15-yard line. 1st and 10 now from the 15.
Yeah, quick hitter. That offensive line got 4 of the 5 starters back, starting to show some nice holes for their running backs.
Yeah, keeper by the QB, and boy, did you see he tucked himself right in behind the fullback, right in behind that left side of the line, picked up 6 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down, about 4 yards to go.
Yeah, really didn't try to get there in too big of a hurry, just kind of took his time, knew that they were moving people, and picks up a nice gain, 2nd down, and about 5-yard pickup.
So the Red Devils trying to take their first lead of the game. They gave up the touchdown, trailed 7-0, then went right back and scored, but trail 7-6 right now as we look at this 2nd down. And it's a reverse handoff. Looking for the outside. He's open in for the touchdown. Boy, what a nice block on that far side as out there turning the corner. That is number 22. Okay, that is Rylan Polson. Watch on the replay. He dips and then looks out, and everybody was knocked out of there. He had a free run to the end zone. Red Devils in the lead for the first time.
Yeah, really nice little misdirection, I would call it, is you got everybody kind of flowing one way, and you go back the other way, and they got that key block on that DN on that left side to Spring Polson for the score, about a 9-yard touchdown. And they're going to go for 2 to try to make up for that extra point they missed on Mortenson's touchdown back in the first quarter.
All right, here they're going to come with a handoff again, and I don't think he got there this time. Nope, wave it off. So for the 2nd time in a row, they have missed the extra point. Right now, the Utah Gastroenterology extra point's not doing well, excuse me, for the Red Devils. But they lead it 12-7 on the one-loss scoreboard. We'll be back in 1 minute.
So I just moved in with his family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
There is a place where rocks bleed, and nature blushes on a battlefield green with envy, where dimples determine destiny, and a tiny wooden tee holds the outcome in the balance. There is a place where friends are opponents, and opponents are friends, where the prize is elusive, the conquest is captivating, and the score isn't settled till the drinks are down. There is a place.
Hi, welcome back. Once again, a quick break here as the kickoff. And the ball is returned out across the 30 to about, well, right at the 30, I guess, as they officially mark it down. So Flyers have it 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line. They now trail by 5 at 12-7. 6 minutes, 5 seconds to go here in the second quarter of action.
Some Hearst Ace Hardware score updates for you. It's 10-3 last report. Green Canyon beating Pineview. Of course, Pineview's picked preseason favorites. Highland still leading 7-0 over Desert Hills. And Snow Canyon still hasn't kicked off, folks. They're about 20 minutes away from kicking off that game.
And the fake handoff, hit from behind, ball pops loose. Springville says, we've got it, and I think the officials agree.
Never saw him. Reggie Graff, he's throwing left-handed to the near side. That blind side, backside, DN comes around. Couldn't tell who it was, strips the ball out. They jump on it, and the Flyers, their second turnover of the game. There you saw that strip from the backside. That's 75 again.
Yeah, that's Fale.
Fale. That guy's quick off the edge.
He's big, but you're right. He is oh so quick. And, boy, the first part of the first quarter was so good, no mistakes. And now the Flyers have really got a case of fumbleitis or dropsy, whatever you call it. And I think the defense is really stepping it up from Springville as well, as they set themselves up on a short porch handoff to the second guy through. That one's going nowhere. As that time, the Dixie defense stepped up. One of those leading the way was Leuben Westfall, the senior defensive lineman. Loss of 2, second down, and now 12 yards to go. That was good defensive surge by the Flyers as they pushed back the offensive line, got into that backfield, and there was nowhere for the running back to go. Tyler Kelly is the deep back in that I formation.
And Coach Munkers was right when we talked to him in our Roy's Pizza and Pasta pregame show. He figured Springville was going to run it quite a bit, and they have.
Quarterback steps up, gets loose, fires it deep, and going up over top. No, can't hang on. Oh, working hard was Clayton Johnson, but the defense worked just as hard. I thought for a moment Johnson had it, but he couldn't hang on.
Yeah, Harrison Beezer right there just stays in position. He didn't touch it first, though. Johnson went up high, but Beezer with that right hand flips it out of there.
Stripped it, didn't he?
Yep.
Nice job by the defense. That'll bring up 3rd down and 12. The ball again is at the 27-yard line after the Red Devils took over on another fumble by the Dixie Flyers. Flyers trying to redeem themselves with a good defensive stand here.
Yeah, they need one.
Yep.
I like that play call by the offensive coordinator, Coach Bills, though. Take a shot. You hadn't thrown it a lot. Got a one-on-one situation. They've moved Frazier. He started at safety. They've moved him to corner. Why? Because Walden got dinged up catching a pass when he got hog-tied down and around the feet, and he has not returned yet. So they've had to make some adjustments on the defense, have the Flyers.
In fact, just a few moments ago, I saw Walden. He came across, was talking to, I think, his mom or somebody. And
the helmet's still off.
Yeah, and the helmet's still off. So he's we may not see him again. Well, 5:11 to go here in the first half of action. Again, the Flyers score first, but now have given up 12 straight points, 2 touchdowns, but no points after. And they trail by a total of 5 points.
After a quarter, last report, we had Canyonview leading Beaver 6-0. Beaver was a powerhouse in 2A, or 3A. And Canyonview, of course, last year was their first year back in Region 9. They didn't win a game. They got a new coach, Coach Sawyers. We met him at our Region 9 Media Day a couple weeks ago. A lot of enthusiasm.
Amen.
And that would be an upset. I think Beaver was favored in that game, according to Nolan Perry's power guide. We'll see what happens. Still early on. That one just through the first quarter.
Yeah, Beaver was picked by both in the Perry's power guide, but we'll see. Dropping back, looking over the middle, swings a pass, and nearly picked off by the Flyers, but it falls to the turf, so it'll be incomplete. That'll bring up a 4th down. Good pressure, by the way, on Peyton Murphy again, as we see it on the replay for those watching on TV and along the internet. Bam, good job by the Flyers to close that door.
Yeah, he was trying to hit Jaden Church, but he got bottled up, never could get out into the pass route. They were trying to set up a middle screen. And really the closest intended receiver was Dixie's middle linebacker, Jake Staley, who did get one hand on it but couldn't bring it into the body.
Well, they don't trust their kicking game or just figure what the heck. They're deep enough. They have 4th and 12, and they're going to go for it. The ball's at the 27. Back, quarterback wants to go to the air, winds it up, fires it, incomplete. And I'm not sure, Devin, it almost looked like he split it between his 2 wideouts. Neither one of them really had a chance to get there.
Yeah, Tyson Miller in the vicinity there on the coverage. Looked like nothing there. Tried to fake the deep and then come back to the intermediate route. Had 2 guys running the sticks and just running a turnaround kind of hitch at the sticks route. And just a misfire there by Murphy. And, hey, that sack and fumble didn't hurt the Flyers. Their defense comes up big. You know, they can go down there. They got 5 minutes still here on the second quarter clock. They got plenty of time to put a drive together, try to retake that lead.
Yeah, we'll see if that does give a little momentum back to the Dixie Flyers. 5 minutes exactly to go. They trail by 5 points. And again, Reggie Graff. They try to go right up the middle. Handoff good for 2, maybe 3 yards. As the carry. Not a lot of room there, but just enough to get a little bit. The handoff, of course, went to Banuelos. Banuelos is 5'11". They list him at 185. He looks a little smaller than that. Of course, we're a long ways away from him.
Upset alert, Hearst Ace Hardware, corner Boulevard Bluff. A-Stores update, 17-3 Green Canyon. Fade route in the corner. I'm told Down Brown looks like he's warming up like he might get his first reps at quarterback. Coach Gary Croton, the new offensive coordinator's son, has been playing quarterback. He transferred from Dixie to go play for his dad, and he's been starting this game.
Handoff in the backfield, looking for room. Finally finds a little bit, crosses the 35, and he has the first down. Boy, nicely done that time. What a job by Nate Mahi, shucking and jiving and finding his way to the 40-yard line.
That's a big play. Big play. You could see if they can get Mahi in open space, he can do some things with his legs. Guy can get you a lot of yak yards if you can get in his hands.
Somebody hit the 360 spin button on him because, boy, he went around and got an extra couple. Down to 3:50 to go in the first half. Flyers trying to catch back up. They fake the fly. Quarterback grab straight at the middle, 50 down to the 40. He's off and running. Nobody will catch him. It's a 60-yard touchdown run.
Wow, Reggie Graff now giving the Flyers the lead back, this time with the feet. You know, earlier he threw a 54-yarder to Miller. This time he runs it from 60 out. Flyers back on top. He's going to just take a little read option and boom, finds a nice little crease right up the middle, breaks it to the outside when the safety comes up too deep, didn't break down and take a good angle there, and Graff makes him pay down the sideline for the score.
I think they found out now that they got a good double threat quarterback here at Dixie. He certainly lit it up there, got it moving, and ran away from the defense. So with 3:35, though that does leave quite a bit of time for Springville, and they've showed they can go to score quickly as well. Here comes the important point after. The snap is back, kick is down on the way, and once again the extra point by Utah Gastroenterology is up and through. We'll take a 30-second break here, folks, just a 30-second break as the Flyers lead it now on the one-loss scoreboard, 14-12, back in 30.
Hi, good morning. Welcome to our set here of Talking Point Live. We're just getting ready to shoot our show, but we thought we'd put out a little bit of a promotion so you know when this is going to be rebroadcast.
Right. You can find us at 9:30,
12:30.
4:30.
Sorry. Did I step on you? I'm always stepping on you.
You are.
Tune in and watch me step on Jen Moore. On Talking
Or
Point Live.
attempt to, anyway.
And we're back. Here we are, 3:35 now. This game has turned into kind of what you expect between these two. 26 points on the board combined.
Yeah, we're looking for 25 from the Flyers to get that Holbrook Asphalt Big Score dessert. So everybody go get Yogurtland after the game for free.
Go. Ball taken at the 4-yard line, up the middle, finding a little bit of room out across the 20, near the 25-yard line. Bowling his way, just putting the helmet down the last couple of yards there. Good run again by Austin Mortensen. So Red Devils have it with 3:28 to go here in the first half, and the ball will be placed at the 25, 1st and 10.
What a night in the debut by Reggie Graff. Huh?
Wow.
Showing us the arm. We knew he had the arm from baseball, but the accuracy's been pretty good. And then showing us the dual threat ability with that 60-yard touchdown run. And now the Red Devils will have to try to answer right back. It's been that little you score, we score. They've been battling.
Yep.
Got a little seesaw going.
Again, I formation with the wide out either side for the QB, Peyton Murphy. Murphy back, pitch it deep. Trying the left side, finding a little bit of room, picking up about 4, maybe 5 yards on the carry. The big running back, Tyler Kelly, with the carry. And clock running with 3:14 now to go in the half. They'll have to get really into a quick mode, but they got to keep an eye on that clock. 14-12, Flyers up by 2 points here in this one. We get into the final minutes of the first half of action. Austin Mortensen wide to the near side. This time they send Clayton Johnson left. Back, pump fake, rolling to his right. Little swing pass, incomplete. Trying to just, looks like to swing the back out of the backfield. That's, I think, was that 47 on the Carter Johnson? Okay.
Yeah,
right.
and that's just a little upstairs. A lot of times,
Yep.
you'd say if that's your receiver, he touches it, you can catch it. But that's your big fullback slipping out into the flat. And with just a little high over the shoulder, and that's a tough play to make. If he catches it, he's probably able to secure it, put his head down on a would-be tackle, and probably has a first down. Instead, it's going to be about 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7.
That's one of those, had he made it, good call. He didn't, makes you wonder. 2:43 to go, 2-point lead. It's now 3rd down and about 5.5 yards to go for the Red Devils. Again, a wide receiver either way. I formation. They go back. They loop it up in the air. Got a man down there. Battle for the ball. Knocked away. Incomplete.
Yeah, that's Ethan Emerson now getting a look at the cornerback position. And, you can face guard now as long as you don't get there early and pretty well timed. He was watching the receiver's eyes. Never did get his head around. Sometimes you get your head around when the ball comes when you're turning and you can miss it and they go for a touchdown. So he just kind of puts his hands up and gets a little deflection.
Yep, perfectly done. They give you that option, take it. So the Red Devils will have to give the ball up, and now the Flyers with 2:37.
Yeah.
That's enough time.
2 quick incompletions stopping the clock, and now Dixie should have good field position and more than enough time.
Snap is back. The kick is on the way, end over end. It's going to fade to the left side. Takes a good bounce right up into the arms of the receiver at the 18. Sidesteps a couple, trying to work his way up that far sideline. And then just when it looked like he might get loose, I think we had one of those Rocky Mountain collision big hits. He was rocked off his feet.
Yeah, you're right. Appreciate Rocky Mountain Collision. Take the dent out of accident, get in an accident, get that car or that vehicle looking as good as new again. Dan and Tyler and the guys down there at Rocky Mountain do an incredible job. I have to admit I've had to have their services before, Mike.
By the way, that defense, Vesasio Fale. This guy is everywhere tonight. He laid the wood on that one. So the Flyers have with 2:23 to go, down or up by 2 points. Stepping out of bounds at the 28-yard line, 1st and 10. Empty backfield. Now they send a man in motion, and they hand it off, looking to sweep the near side. There is nothing there. Wow. Great job of defense, and the first man to him was Ryan Polson, who is a tight end and a safety. Boy, he came up and made the stop on that one.
Yeah, first time we've seen them go empty there and try the jet sweep, just a different formation. And, you got to ask your receivers to do a lot and not much there in the blocking department. And give Springville credit. They strung that play out, held their stance, and then fought off the would-be block and made the tackle.
So it's all that, a loss of 1, 2nd down 11, under 2 minutes to go in the first half of action here. And again, they fake the fly sweep. Graff goes up top, got a man out there, and the ball is bounced up in the air, incomplete. And I guess it's good for the goose, good for the gander. Same kind of situation. Defense didn't turn around, but they got a hand up in the way as we watch it. For those watching, here comes the replay. And he actually did turn around right at the last second and got a hand on the ball. Nice defense, that by Tyler Kelly.
Yeah, Kazir, though, you like how Josh Kazir did come back and at least not allow him to get a clean look at an interception on that play. Just a smidge underthrown by Reggie Graff on that deep route.
3rd and 11. Now we have I think a timeout.
Yeah, Coach Munkers wants to talk things over, I think.
Yeah, he wants to make sure what's going to happen right here with 1 minute and 34 seconds to go here in this one. We're going to take, again, a short 30-second break. Don't want to miss any of the action down the stretch. 14-12 on the one-loss scoreboard. We are back in 30.
See on page 4 that the projections need to be earthquake next Thursday.
Seriously? Thursday? Can't do that.
This is really inconvenient.
I have yoga that day. I have no time for this. So.
I can't do Thursday, but I can do Friday.
Disasters don't plan ahead. You can. Talk to your loved ones about how you're going to be ready in an emergency. Don't wait. Communicate.
All right, we are back in live action, 1:34. When we set it up, 3rd down, 11 to go for the Dixie Flyers. They lead it by just 2. I think that was the timeout by the coach saying, here's where we are, guys. We don't want to give them any chance to score or take the lead in this one at this point. Graff alone in the backfield. And he's being chased. He sidesteps the defense. Wow, reverses field. He's looking for somebody to throw it to. Coming back, and there should be a flag.
Mahi, though, makes the catch. Mahi comes back in front of Mortensen, makes the catch. A great job. You always, as a receiver, you run a deep route. You see your quarterback scramble. You got to come back, shorten that throw up. Reggie Graff on the run, making a play for his team with his arm. And Mahi with the sure-handed grab. Look at the ability to scramble in the pocket by Reggie Graff. And right near the boundary, going to fire a laser on a clothesline to Mahi. And that's well defended, Mike. That's a heck of a hookup.
Absolutely. Right there on defense, Ryan Polson. Again, the handoff to the middle of the field. 1 minute to go. Gets relatively nothing. And the Flyers want to preserve what little bit of clock is left. They're thinking we may have a chance for more.
Appreciate our title sponsor this year, Summit Athletic Club. The new athletic training center features Cubex, now open, 963 South Bluff Street. And watch for select games this year. We're going to be throwing out Summit balls into the crowd. You take those balls to Summit, and you can redeem them for a chance to win cash plus other club passes. And the Summit Athletic Club featuring Cubex, 963 South Bluff Street. Your future starts now.
All right, be sure and join us at the half. We'll bring you up to date to take a look at the scoring and information on some stats on this game. We'll also check around the region again. Of course, it's non-region play. There are a few surprises, but right now I would say this is not a surprise. It looked like there was going to be no scoring. Then it was a flurry of points. Now we've slowed it back, 26 points. So here combined in the first half, and the Flyers have it with 59 seconds to go in half number 1. They lead it by 2 points, 14-12.
Scoring opportunity right before the half for Desert Hills. They're turned away, and so Highland leads 7-0. Update brought to you by Hearst Ace Hardware.
Highland, what are they, number 11 in the state or something like that? Ranked pretty high again this year. That's overall. That's just the ranking. All right, back goes Graff. He stands in, looks it over the middle, got a bite complete to the 40, to the 35, on his feet to the 30, kicks to the outside, down near the 25, and out of bounds at the 24-yard line. Boy, what a lot of running. What a nice catch and run by Tyson Miller.
Wow, Tyson Miller, get him like Mahi. Those two guys in open space. Terrific yak yards after the catch. He gets about 14, 15 yards more after he caught it on a little seam route over the middle, a little crossing route. And Reggie Graff is dropping dimes, Mike. His passing is getting better and better as this game's wore on. Once he kind of shook off, I think, the adrenaline early in that first quarter, he's just dialed in.
All right, so it's 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line for the Flyers going in. Graff out of the gun, rolls to his left. Under great pressure, puts it up in the air, battle underneath, and incomplete in the end zone. Two guys were battling back and forth there for the Flyers was Miles Keenan, and on the defense was Austin Mortensen. A little hand fighting going on, but they're letting that go.
Update, Pineview goes 90 yards for the touchdown. A 13-yard pass from Dallin Brown to Gavin Bateman. Yeah, did not start this game. They had some turnovers, and he came into quarterback, and they've cut that to a 17-10 deficit. But Green Canyon still has the lead by 7.
Now, there was a penalty on the play. As they bring it back up, the flag was in the backfield, and that is a personal foul penalty. That's a major one. And they'll move the ball down inside the 15 to the 12-yard line. So the Flyers get a little help there on the bad mistake by the Red Devils, and now that much closer. Can they get it in? 42 seconds remaining, 2-point lead. They like to add some more right here before the end of the first half. 42 seconds to go. Let's see what they come up with. Wide to the right side goes Kazare. Wide to the near side comes Travis Muir. And a lot of other choices. In the backfield, Reggie Graff takes the snap, steps it up, fires it over the middle, complete to the 5, spins outside, back to the inside, touchdown! Hello, can you do that? That's Nate Mahi.
Unbelievable job by Mahi right there, Mike. I mean, a little victory dance celebration. Pretty play. You know, often you're like, why you throw that short of the goal line? Because you got Nate Mahi. You got to just throw a dime on a little comeback pass, and boom, Mahi spins one way, gives it the miss, and then spins back the other way. Touchdown Flyers.
What a job by Nate Mahi as he put 6 more on the board for the Flyers with a little help from his QB. And they'll come with the Utah Gastroenterology point after here. We will not take a break right after because we're so close to the halftime. Snap is back. Little bit of a low kick, but it works its way over the crossbars. So again, the PAT is good, and the Flyers now build it to a 9-point lead. They lead at 21-12, and it has been what we expect, a little bit back and forth, but that quarter definitely belonging to the Flyers. And it looked like Dixie, Devin, was making a lot of errors. They were dropping passes or handoffs. They weren't hanging on to the ball. Then quickly it reversed. Couple of big errors by the Red Devils, and Dixie took advantage.
Yeah. But again, Mahi's playmaker, you could see right there on that play why he was voted as the preseason MVP of Region 9. One more vote than Dallin Brown had. And Reggie Graff has accounted for all 3 touchdowns in this game. One rushing from 60 yards, that last one, and then earlier he threw one from 54 yards out to Tyson Miller, 21-12. Flyers on top, and at 34 seconds left on the clock.
Yep.
To spare.
Miles Keenan gets a foot into it, and it's going to be way halfway through the end zone, so they'll mark it on the touchback. And the Red Devils will bring it out, and they'll start the final 34 seconds at their own 20-yard line. We'll see what they can try to come up with there. Austin Mortensen was hoping to get that a little bit shorter, give him a chance to try his feet. He's got some pretty good speed. 34 seconds once again remaining. We appreciate, again, all of our sponsors. Don't forget our halftime coming up, once again, brought to you by the Internet people at InfoWest. And they've got you covered with all kinds of things to make your life a little bit easier. InfoWest. All right, from the handoff to the left side, going nowhere. And there to make sure that it went absolutely nowhere, the Dixie defense, and right in the middle of that was Caden Fa'umoina, 225, and he makes a nice door. I'll tell you, he shut that one in a hurry, and the clock may run out. I think Springville says, yeah, we're not going to try to push it. They've only got 6 seconds. I don't think they're even going to get this play off, and clock runs down. They snap it right at 1 second, so they do have one final handoff, and it's good for about 2 yards. That's it, though. First half will come to an end. It's been a good one, especially for the Flyers, as they scored a late touchdown in the first half and lead it here at the end of half number 1, now by 9 points.
Fun game, though. Fun 2 quarters of football. I think the Flyer fans are falling in love with what they're seeing from their quarterback, Reggie Graff, Nate Mahi, Tyson Miller, a lot of explosive playmakers. You were worried a little bit because you graduated Hobbs Nyberg and Peyton Hara. The Springville team's tough, physical. They run it well, but Dixie right now really putting on a show.
All right, so the halftime coming up, and we'll take a look at a lot of good information. Invite you to stay tuned for that. But here at the half, we're going to take a 2-minute break here at the half, starting it off, and we'll be back with the lead on the one-loss scoreboard. Flyers 21, Springville 12, back in 2.
Hey, let's check out this park. Oh, wow, that's really cool.
To find a great local park or forest near you, go to discovertheforest.org.
I love taking care of my mom. It wasn't easy at first. She learned how to better communicate her needs.
And you learned how to not ignore yours.
I discovered how to make healthier meals.
And I discovered how much I enjoyed them.
Becoming a caregiver is a learning experience for everyone. Find articles, tips, and tools from experts and others who have been in your place. The Caregiving Resource Center at aarp.org/caregiving.
Radio Dixie 91.3. We don't play that. Nope, not that. A big fat no there. That's what we play. And stuff like that. On St. George's only alternative, Radio Dixie 91.3. Oh, and from 9 till midnight, we play this. I need a one dance. And this. Radio Dixie 91.3 FM.
There is a place where young and old make connections, where kids feel like grown-ups, and grown-ups feel like kids. There is a place where beauty arises in contrast, where wonder is universal, and laughter second nature. There is a place where friends find a future, families find each other, and feelings find their home. There is a place.
Go to him first?
Yeah, let's go first. All right, thank you very much, Mike McGarry, Devin Dixon. Here we are again, Walbrook Stadium at Dixie. It's been a good first half for the Flyers. They're up by 9, 21-12, and there were some great highlights in this game. Let's go and take a look at those for those watching, and take a look at what happened in this one. Graff, obviously a huge part of it. There's the first score of the game when they went deep. Who's going to take it? Thank you very much, says Tyson Miller.
Yeah, Kazir and Miller running similar routes. They'll have to work on the spacing, but it worked out A-OK as 54-yard hookup. That was touchdown number 1 for Reggie Graff. More to come. But then the ensuing kickoff, short, he comes up, fields it, going to take it right up the middle. Flyers didn't do a very good job staying in the lane. Kicker couldn't get him. Mortensen goes all the way for about an 89, 90-yard touchdown return. But they missed the PAT.
Right.
At that point, it was 7-6. Dixie had the 1-point advantage in the first quarter.
And even though they scored again and did take the lead, the Flyers were able to maintain there. There is a quick handoff in the middle somehow. Hello, how did he get loose? And finally knocked off his feet. I'll tell you what, Banuelos is just a heck of a tough runner.
Yeah, I like Weston Banuelos. You know, first varsity action. He's a senior, put in his time in the program. This was actually a big roughing the kicker because they were going to punt it. Dixie's going to have decent field position instead. Springville takes their first lead of the game. This set it up prior to the touchdown. This nice run by the fullback. He's having quite a game, Johnston. Carter Johnston, then a little misdirection. They kind of everything flowing right. Handoff back to Is that Mortensen? No, that's
Polson.
Polson.
Rylan Polson, yep.
And he takes it in for the score, and it was a 12-7 lead because they went for two. Flyers stuffed them.
That's just a replay there on that run around the far side. But, again, here's another big mistake where the defense, and I tell you what, Visacio Fale, he's been a man among boys out there.
Blindside, Reggie Graff never saw him, stripping the sack. And you thought right there you were going to be, okay, Springville's going to come back, take the lead, and put it on them. But nope. Nice play by Beezer in the end zone, strips it away from a would-be touchdown. And that's just great handwork to strip it late. And then Reggie Graff with the read option burst right here. This one goes for 60 yards. Reggie put up some numbers in the first half. In fact, 74 rushing yards, and that touchdown right there for the quarterback.
Yeah, beautiful. They take the lead. They get the point after. They lead at 21-12 at the end of the half. Reggie, again, rolls right, comes back. This was huge right here. And, again, you mentioned it. Let's give a lot of credit to his wideouts. They knew what to do. Your guy's in trouble, you go back and give him help, and that's exactly what Mahi did there.
Yeah, that was a big third down after a timeout from Coach Munkers. They talked about it, and then Reggie got hot. Look at the pinpoint precision pass over the middle to Tyson Miller, taking it all the way down, knocking on the red zone. And then right here, paying off, Mahi didn't get it into the end zone on the throw, but spin move one way, back the other way, touchdown Flyers. And it's 21-12 at the half. And you look at some of our Wilkinson statistics here at the break. We appreciate Wilkinson's, a unique place to shop. Lights, fans, home decor, and more. They got that big fan sale, which comes in handy in the hot summer.
Yes,
going
it does.
to the end of the month, so you got 2 weeks to get into Wilkinson's and save. And how about this? Reggie Graff, 8 of 12, 170 yards, 3 total TDs, and the 74 rushing yards. Miller, 86 yards receiving in the touchdown. Mahi, 31 more, mainly on those 2 catches on that final drive and the touchdown. Famanui had 3 tackles. Staley had 2. A lot of guys with 2-3 tackles. You like that. Spread that out. Everybody flowing to the football for the Flyer defense. And pretty good job against this run-heavy Springville team. But when Springville's taking their shots, Dixie responded with some nice stops, like you saw with Beezer in the end zone.
Absolutely. They're doing their job, and they have really been able to do it both sides of the field. Let's take another 1-minute break here as we continue in the half. We'll take a look if we have any further updates on scores from other teams around the region and more. That's all on the way. 1-minute break coming up at the half. 21-12 Flyers.
Retired school psychologist, and helping people was my thing. After my stroke, when Meals on Wheels started, I was on the other end of the stick, so to speak. And I appreciated it very much, the attention that was given. My name is Julius Gaines, creative writer, poet, photographer. America, let's do lunch.
Drop off a hot meal and say hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
Hi, good morning. Welcome to our set here of Talking Point Live. We're just getting ready to shoot our show, but we thought we'd put out a little bit of a promotion for so you know when this is going to be rebroadcast.
Right. You can find us at 9:30,
12:30,
4:30.
Sorry, did I step on you? I'm always stepping on
You are.
Tune in and watch me step on Jen Moore. On Talking
Or
Point Live.
attempt to, anyway.
Hi, welcome back. Glad to have you with us once again. We're at the half here at Walbrook Stadium as sun now diving down to the west behind us here. Lights are on at Brooks Field, and it's just a beautiful night. Okay, a little warm. I say beautiful. That's because we have an air conditioner behind us, but it seems to be fading just a little bit, not keeping this as cool. We have the windows open. Okay, I got it figured out here. Good first half, and you gave some good statistics there for the Flyers.
Yeah, appreciate the internet people at Info West, and of course our friends, longtime halftime sponsor, the internet people. Get high-speed internet, web design, tech support, so much more at Info West. Let's run down all the scores that we have up to the minute right now. 7 teams all playing right now. Now, Snow Canyon just got underway. They just kicked off over about a mile and a half away at Dixie State University against Taylorsville. Big game there for Coach Esplin and the Warriors, and we'll keep you posted. No score yet to report in that game. I don't think we're going to be able to hear the roars quite over here at Dixie High School, especially with our headsets on. But at the half, A little surprised because I thought Cedar had a lot of experience coming back, but Provo is manhandling the Redmen right now, 31-0.
Wow.
They had 17 of their 22 starters back for Cedar. They're on the road. Provo winning big, 31-0. Canyon View, they lead over Beaver at the half, 6-0. Falcons have forced 2 turnovers, including a fumble recovery inside the 10 that killed Beaver's best scoring threat. And Tosh Wright, who transferred in the offseason over to Pineview, has just scored. And we got a shootout brewing as Dallin Brown did not start that game at quarterback, but he has come in, and he hits a 13-yard touchdown pass to Gavin Bateman. They cut it to 17-10. Green Canyon had the lead. Green Canyon got a 55-yard touchdown pass to Jake London. About 5 minutes left in the second quarter. They go back up 14 points at 24-10. And then Tosh Wright rumbling and rushing it for the touchdown, 43 yards, and back to a 24-17 Green Canyon lead over at Pineview High School with about just under 4 minutes left to go in the first half. The other score, Desert Hills at Highland. Not much offense brewing right now for Logan Wilstead and new first-year head coach Mark Murdoch. They had a chance to score late in the half, but I think they had a turnover, and it's 7-0 Rams leading Desert Hills, but they're still in that game on the road against a bigger classification team.
Yeah, at this point, not all that bad. We'll see if they can put something together. Once again here, we have a 21-12 lead by the Dixie Flyers over the Red Devils of Springville. Nothing is decided in this one. That much I can guarantee you. Both teams have shown they do have explosiveness. Both have had good plays, both offensively and defensively. Although I thought, Devin, as you mentioned earlier, I think the Flyers really did step it up in that second quarter. And, boy, just on both sides of the line. But I do like the combination we're seeing. Reggie Graff, and he's got a great running by Weston Banuelos, and he's got a super core of receivers out there who are doing a good job. And then on top of all that, they're excellent runners, too, so the yak yards have been a big difference in this ball game.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And this new wave of stars, I was listening to Paul and the guys, Andy, on the Region 9 live show talking about how much excitement was for new names, new stars to be born in Region 9. Guys like Reggie Graff, Banuelos. We knew about Nate Mahi, but there's been some other guys. Josh Kazier's had a nice first half. Tyson Miller was more of a defensive guy last year. Hit hard, little bulldog, but look at the impact he's having on the offensive side of the ball, playing both ways this year for the Flyers. So, yeah, it's kind of fun to look around the region tonight and take it all in, but certainly some stars being born here for the Flyers with the old ball coach, Coach Blaine Munkers, back under the head coaching position. And, he's got an old reliable Coach Wayne Alafapo and a great staff behind him. But, man, I got to be a lot of excitement when Flyer fans heard, late February, that Coach Munkers was coming back.
First they were shocked when Andy was leaving. Then they probably felt a whole lot better when they heard Munkers was on his way back in. It does bring a lot of familiarity back, of course, to the program here at Dixie. And, boy, I tell you, this Walbrook Stadium has really been the site of some excellent, great football over the years. We've seen some super games in this stadium. We're seeing another pretty good one here tonight. So, once again, around, I was just thinking, though, Devin, just real quickly, as we met with each of the teams during our big press opening there, and you hear a lot of things, you kind of hope that things, but it's not until you put the cleats on, lace them up, and get out on the field, you really kind of see where you are. Now, the first night, I don't think by any way is going to absolutely set the cast for the rest of the season, but maybe we're seeing some positives and negatives on some of the teams here from the region that couldn't be seen until you get out and play a little football.
Yeah, no question. I mean, you can only do so much in practice and hit on and pound on your own guys. You don't want to get anybody hurt. And Dixie this week already had 3 key injuries. Kaysen Reese hurt his knee. Slade Kolb, your starting center, hurts his hand, not a non-football injury. He cut up his hand somehow. He's not playing tonight, maybe missing next week as well. So you have to see how that recovers. We saw Tyler Walden get that ankle rolled up on in that first half, and he's getting some tape. We didn't see him return, but he's still got his uniform on. I think he's testing it out. We'll see if he's able to come back and play in this second half. So, you never want to see injuries. Part of the game, though, and Coach Munkers knows it's next man up mentality. And they have a great turnout. 9th through 12th grade, Dixie has really done a good job, like other schools in Region 9, of building a winning culture where kids want to play football.
Yep.
They don't want to specialize, though. You guys like Travis Muir that plays basketball, but you got some other kids that are multi-sport stars. You saw a guy like Hobbs Nyberg wrestle and play baseball, and Reggie Graff same way. He's a two-sport star here at Dixie High School. So they just get the job done, and it starts with the culture. You hear a lot of coaches in our media day talk about culture,
right,
and building a winning tradition and being a family and playing for your brothers and all those, terminologies that some people would say cliche, but you look at a lot of state champs, FCS or FBS national champs or Super Bowl champs, and a lot of times it's how tight-knit are you, how do you blend with your teammates. You can have locker room distractions. You can have guys that are me guys that can be distractions for teammates and for coaches. And so we're pretty blessed down here in Region 9, though. A lot of good kids, a lot of great coaches, and really good action, as you saw in the first half with, 21 points put up by the Flyers, 12 points put up by Springville. And that's good news. We only need another touchdown for the Flyers, and everybody can go to Holbrook Asphalt Big Score Dessert tonight after the game and ask for it at Yogurtland. That'll be a lot of fun to see.
That is a win-win-win all the way around,
Absolutely.
isn't it? All right, we have 1 minute remaining. We'll take a 1 minute break. We'll be back with the second half.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for information on how to provide even better care for the person who wants to care of you.
Fast-paced family life in need of a slowdown?
Hello, I'm Dr. Spruce. Did you know all those green shapes on maps are parks and forests? It's true. Visit discovertheforest.org and plan to visit a park or forest near you, instead of just wondering what it would have been like.
While the word forest might make you think of distant lands from far, far away, please note parks and forests are closer than you think, which means things like beautiful scenery, fresh air, and family time are also closer than you think.
And we welcome you back here for the second half of action. 12 minutes up on the clock. Two teams are ready to go here, and the Flyers will kick off at the beginning of the game. Springville won the toss. They deferred to the second half. The kick is away, and it's going to be into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. They'll bring the ball out to the 20-yard line, and Springville Red Devils will start 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line.
Yeah, quick update. Desert Hills scores first in the second half. They tie it up. They got a takeaway and then a 20-yard touchdown from Logan Wilstead, their junior starting quarterback. So 7-7 against Highland just moments into the second half.
Wow, they can maintain that. That would be a cool if they could pull that one off, as Highland, one of the top-ranked teams in the state of Utah. Here we go. Once again, out of the gun. Up under center. Turns, hands it off into the line. And a relatively short gain. Coming out of there pretty excited is Connor Walden, helped in that tackle. And it'll be a gain of only 2 yards. We're underway. 2nd down, 8 here in the second half.
Fast start for Springville. You got possession. You're down by 9 points. You got to try to, stick to your game plan. I'm sure Coach Willie Childs had some motivational stuff at the halftime, some scheme adjustments.
Yep.
Love to see him try to come out and be able to execute that run game again.
Murphy back. He rolls to the near side, still rolling, in trouble, takes a couple of hits, finally knocked out of bounds. He gets it up across the 26 to about the 27-yard line. That'll leave him 3 yards shy. So it'll bring up 3rd down, 3 yards to go for the Red Devils here to start the second half. Ball at the 27-yard line after the kickoff went into the end zone. They brought it out to the 20-yard line. This time to the near side comes Hillstead. Trayton Hillstead split wide to the near side. Don't hear his name a lot. And the handoff up the middle, and I believe it's right on the line. Probably you're going to get it. Nice job by the big fullback. Just lowered it, and right up the middle by Carter Johnston.
Yeah, he's big, about 250 or so. And tough to bring down, especially when he gets those legs pumping on that dive play. And a good enough push by that big front. Move the chains. That's a fabulous Freddy's first down.
So it's 1st and 10. They have it just on the 30, maybe a half a yard over the 30-yard line. Up under center comes Peyton Murphy. Has a wide out either side. Dixie defense trying to get in there. Quick rush on the QBs. In trouble, throws it away.
And Tyson Miller was coming up to deliver a hit. If he would have stayed back, he might have had a chance. But really good job there by Murphy to throw it way deep and just live to fight another down.
Yeah, I think he thought he was in big trouble, and he saw that defense coming at him, and he did. He just let it go. So incompleted pass does stop the clock. We're at 10:45 to go in the third quarter. Flyers lead at 21-12. Second down and 10 yards to go. Out of the I formation, Peyton Murphy lines them up. Back he goes again. They look to the fullback. Fullback busts through. That is Isaiah Webb that time. They're the running back, actually not the fullback, but he picks it up to about the 35 and left him about 3 or 4 yards shy, 3rd and 4.
Yeah, playing to their strengths. And, we talked back in our Camping World coach's comments with Coach Munkers before this game. He expected a heavy dose of run, and we're seeing it here tonight.
I think it's a good time for them to try to establish something. They're down 9 here at the start of the second half. Flyers trying to break it up. Let's see what they go with this time. Murphy back this time. He goes to the air. Ball is tipped up and picked off by the Flyers.
And that's Tyler Walden, I believe. It's 43 for the Flyers.
That is Leuben Westphal.
Yeah, one of your starters there, your outside D end. Walden's a guy that was in the vicinity there to celebrate with him. The tip was actually done by Jackson Reyes. You're right. Your outside linebacker, 6 foot, 215-pound senior, and that's big. He didn't actually squeeze it in and secure the interception.
Yep, almost.
But they'll force the punt anyway. Appeared like he did.
I thought he did there
down
for a minute, absolutely. But it is, you're right, a 4th down. So with 10 minutes to go, the Red Devils will have to punt this one away. The ball is away. Be a little bit short. Hits at the 30. Pops up in the air, but wisely Flyers say, nah, don't touch it. And the ball will be touched dead at about the 19-yard line.
Yeah, Schweitzer, instead of attacking that, was going to try to play it on a bounce. And when it bounced away from him, he didn't have enough time to risk try to go over there and get it. Pretty smart. Still going to have it about the 20-yard line.
So let's see what the Flyers can do in their first offensive series here in the second half. Once again, our game tonight is brought to you in part by the good folks at One Law, our scoreboard sponsor. They're your dedicated personal injury attorneys. If you're in an accident or for all of your legal needs, One Law, or you can go to the new One Law app as well.
Yeah, appreciate Intermountain St. George Acceleration, too. They train a lot of the athletes, guys like Reggie Graff, Tyler Walden, and Bronson Barber, Trey Swinson, Jackson Reyes. So just a few of the Flyer players that have trained at Intermountain St. George Acceleration.
And as they look to the near side, looks like he did hand it off. Okay, that's Nate Mahi. And Mahi, it looked like it was set up to sweep, but it really wasn't there, so he cuts back inside. Gets a pretty good gain, got about 5 yards.
Yeah, they'll run that jet sweep, which almost looks like a read option where Graff decides if he's going to give it. And then Mahi has 2 options. If they get the corner, he can go with it. They'll also block it to the 4 hole, and he'll cut it back up to that 4 or 6 hole there. And that's what Mahi did right there. And he's running north and south really quickly when he does that.
Yeah, Mahi now set in the slot on the near side. As he circles back again, they fake the sweep, hand off. This time Graff keeps it, circles around the defense, trying to dive for the first down marker, and got there, plus a couple at the 32-yard line, 1st and 10 Flyers.
He's a gamer, Mike. I mean, to have that awareness right now in his career, first ever varsity start. Look, he knows where he's got to get. He's eyeing the marker, and then boom, dives for it. Had it by maybe a foot or so, but not by much. But that's great sense of down and distance by your junior quarterback, Reggie Graff.
So the Flyers come up with a big first down.
I'm so impressed with Graff, Mike.
I'm with you on that one. 8:43 to go in the third quarter. Flyers trying to keep this drive moving. Low snap. Graff reaches down, fires it over the middle, complete. Only about a 2-yard gain, however, with the reception. And a cramp, it looks like, as sitting on the turf there is Tyson Miller.
Another one. Another
cramp or injury.
That's not good. He's one of your stars. Another injury timeout brought to you by Intermountain Sports Medicine. I want to thank them for providing the trainers at all of our Region 9 high school teams. And, of course, it's kind of been a busy night for Dixie trainer Mike Tolman.
Yeah, he looked up and thought, whoa, that's our guy, and he hustled out there. It looked like it might have been a cramp as he reached down, but I'm not so sure now. So they do have a break, and they're actually, Devin, working on both of his legs there. So he might just be cramping up.
Yeah, Pace Cole again, time on the clock right at 8 minutes, but they're resetting it. They're going to put 25 seconds. Because it was a running play, but they called the injury timeout. 25 seconds ticked off.
Wow.
They add 25 back to the clock. Dixie leading 21-12. Remember this Springville team last year, 9-4. They were undefeated in their region, 5-0. They were state semifinalists before they lost to Lehigh.
Yep.
And here's the Dixie Flyers with a whole new roster, all these new faces leading here in the third quarter. But you don't like to see that guy, number 4, down on the turf right now.
Nah, and he is still there as well. Both teams come back out thinking maybe they would get going again, but they're kind of holding things up as they are working on Tyson Miller. So looking along the near side, yeah, still out, and it does not appear that he will be coming back. And that's Tyler Walden, was injured early in this game. He's still in the suit, and he does have his helmet in hand, but he hasn't gotten back in the game yet.
By the way, there's the lightning delay, which may be helpful for the Cedar Redmond. They're down 31-0, but, you know, when that lightning hits, you have to hold for, is it 20 minutes or 30 minutes?
I think it's 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Automatic.
With no strikes. So we'll keep you posted on that one. There's Reggie Graff on our TV screen there, CEC TV, talking with Coach Munkers. That left knee does kind of get pinned before it pops out, and you hope it's nothing more than a cramp. You can see the cramp. Oh, my goodness. You can see the cramp in the calf.
In the calf.
It's
Good
bulging.
job by our guys.
What a shot by the CEC TV crew, Mike.
He's up.
That would look like a gnarly cramp.
Wow.
I mean, I've had cramps. We all had cramps.
Amen. Yeah.
But I don't think I've seen one like that that you caught just bulging out.
I'm glad
of
to see him up and walking on that one. So hopefully he can maybe get back in the ball game.
Those are painful. You know, coaches in Southern Utah, you got to be careful with the heat stroke and heat exhaustion. But the other thing as a coach you got to worry about your guys is the cramps. You know, can't get enough water and electrolytes when it's 100 degrees out playing.
Well, they set the ball, and now they restart the clock, so it's off and running. It'll be second down, about 6 yards to go for the Flyers. And the snap did not come when it was supposed to. The whole backfield and the wide receivers went into motion, but the snap didn't occur, and that'll cost them 5 yards. So they'll mark it back, and that'll bring up now second down and about 12 yards to go.
Mike, I'm also hearing that Beaver and Canyon View is in a lightning delay.
Whoa.
So it looks like Northern Utah getting peppered. Clouds definitely surrounding Southern Utah, but still some blue skies over the stadium here at Waltbrook Stadium, south.
We just kind of do things our own way down here, you know.
Another Hearst Days Hardware update for our listeners out there interested in Pineview score, 24-17 at the half. Green Canyon has the lead by 7.
They go with the delayed handoff, finding room up to the 40, diving to the 45-yard line. Nice job that time, Weston Banuelos. He gets the first down and then some.
Well, they've always had a great running back. You know, Amanaw Quinn left with his team, moved up north. He's playing at Timpview, and then opened the door for this senior. Boy, he's had a nice start to his senior season for the Flyers. Tailback, a nice pickup there, and that's a fabulous Freddy's first down.
There you have it. 7.5 minutes to go in the quarter. It remains 21-12. No score in this quarter. That was our halftime score as well. Reggie Graff out of the gun. And now a man in the motion. Instead, they have the forward handoff. Banuelos again. This time he only gets about a yard, maybe 2 they're going to give him, and almost 3 yards, actually. Well, he was hit and bounced sideways. Good tackle by the defense of Springville.
You can tell he's an excitable guy.
Yeah.
It's almost like he's frustrated if he don't take it for a first down or a touchdown on every carry. Puts his head down and tries a power move and then tries to keep his feet in bounds and just got the chalk.
Yeah, I'm not sure he knew he was that close to the end. He was going to try to set and turn back, then realized he was standing out of bounds. But he gained a couple, and we'll call it second down, 8 yards to go. Flyers nearing midfield in this drive with 6:40 to go here in the third quarter. From the gun, They fake the handoff. Got a man open. Pass is caught. Breaking away to the 20. Down to the 15. Finally at the 18-yard line. Hello, how do you bring down Josh Kazir?
Kazir goes up high, and that's how you teach a receiver. You keep that window, that diamond, and you keep it out away from your body, and then as soon as you can, you got to soft hand it and tuck it. Watch this. It's picture perfect. Gets it into the body where he can secure it. Makes a little cutback move. Trying to spin off another would-be tackle. I love the effort from Josh Kazir. And Reggie Graff now up over 200 yards passing in this game to go along with 2 touchdowns and another rushing touchdown. We do have another injury timeout brought to you by Intermountain Sports Medicine. This time it's the Red Devil over there. That looks like that's their star, Jaden Church.
Trying to see. I didn't catch the you're right. Let's see. Yeah, it is Jaden Church. Wide receiver. And plays a little safety as well. He was hurt. And I think he was one that got in on the hits early, but not enough to bring him down. Here we see the replay. And just kind of an awkward collision there. I think he collided with his own player, actually, but it was an awkward play, and he is still down. He may have cramps. They're working on that left leg or knee. I'm not sure. But it's a toasty night tonight. 6:28 to go here in the third quarter, and now we have had a couple of players down, injured. Hopefully no serious injuries.
Gives us a chance to thank Summit Athletic Club, our brand new title sponsor. They got a brand new facility, 963 South Bluff Street, featuring Cubex. Did the workout today, had a minute to blow off some stress on my lunch break, and a lot of fun, 30-minute workout in and out. Probably going to be a little bit sore tomorrow, Mike, like some of these high school guys down on the field, but your future starts at Cubex. You're going to love this facility. And appreciate Intermountain St. George Acceleration. They train so many of our Region 9 athletes. They've got there's no off-season at Intermountain St. George Acceleration. They're already training basketball players and winter sports and spring baseball players. So get your athletes as young as, 4th, 5th grade over there, all the way up to college kids training at Intermountain St. George Acceleration.
Well, the good news, Jaden Church got up and walked off the field, so the Flyers get it back. And, boy, turning every which way, trying to turn nothing into something. Look, he's still on his feet. That's about as hard as you can work for about a yard as you're ever going to see. But Banuelos just would not go down. Let's watch the hits. I'm going to count them. There's 1. There's 2. There's 3. 4. There's 5. 6. And finally down he goes.
Yeah, that's
6 guys hit him.
I love, you can kind of see it. Look at him. He wants to score every time he touches the ball. That's a trait you love in your running back. He just wants to take it all the way every time he gets his hands on it. And now knocking on the red zone. Flyers up 21-12, and they want more.
They do indeed. Again, they fake the fly sweep, keeping it as Graff. Graff will dive down inside the 20, down to about the 18-yard line. So give him a gain of a good 5 or 6 yards. That'll bring up second, and we'll call it 4 yards to go. 5:13 time remaining here in the third quarter on the one-loss scoreboard. And the Flyers, they're maintaining. They're not scoring so far, but they're keeping the ball, and that's just not allowing the Red Devils to get anything going.
Yep. And that's something the Flyer teams have always been really good at, possessing the football, working the clock, moving the chains.
Yep. Third and 4. Go ahead.
I'd love to see him pay off Weston Banuelos on this drive.
To the air they go. The ball is tipped and knocked out of bounds. Looking on the near side that time for Travis Muir. He kind of got turned around. The ball was knocked away from him, so that'll stop the clock and set up 4th and about 4, maybe 5 yards to go. 4:40 in the quarter. What do you do?
You know what? Coach Munkers will figure it out. This isn't his first rodeo.
I think he'll push it. That's what I think. We'll see here. Graff comes back, and they're going to go for it. On the 4th and 4.5 yards to go. Graff out of the gun. He had double wide right, single wide to the left. Back he goes. He's looking to his left side, floats it in the air, got a man circling, can't quite get it. Great defense that time by Austin Mortensen to knock it away. And trying to get there was Miles Keenan. That was a good pass, too. As we watch this, he put it right where it should have been. but a great defense. He got that big right hand up there and just did knock it away from Keenan.
I like the play, though.
I do, too.
You know, you're not going for the first down there. You're going for the touchdown. And that's why Coach Munkers has won 3 state championships over the years, 2 right here at Dixie High School. I'll tell you what, you know, I thought I might have been a little bit premature in referencing Reggie Graff to Blake Barney, Mike Sharp, Ammon Takau, some of the other quarterbacks that Munkers has coached, but that was a pretty good throw right there. Just didn't go his way that time.
Absolutely. You're feeling a little bit better about that prognostication now, aren't you? Handoff right up the middle. And again, the big back, Carter Johnston with the carry, picks up 3. Yeah, second down, 7 yards to go. Keeping an eye on the clock. We have a lot of football left, but it's down to a little over 4 minutes remaining in this quarter, and it's still 21-12. Flyers with the lead.
Snow Canyon, Taylorsville just playing over at Dixie State University, 8-0 at the end of the first quarter. Taylorsville has the lead over the Warriors. Region 9 Hearst Ace update for you.
I think the Perry power guy, they're split on that one. Pass to the far side. It is complete. Turn up the far sideline. Knocking down Flyers as he goes. What a job by Clayton Johnson. His kid's 6'4", probably, I'm guessing, up around 220. He's a big kid, and he showed it there.
I almost wonder if 747 twins, I don't know, but they're both big, strong guys with the same last name. Aren't they spelled the same way, Mike? Johnston?
They are. Oh,
yeah.
Well, no, one's Johnston and the other one's Johnson.
So I jumped the gun. Trying to
go.
look for something there. They both have had an impact on this game nonetheless.
They have indeed.
And a nice first down with the air game. They
There
haven't
you
thrown
go.
a lot of first downs in this game.
Pitch it back. They think might be a halfback pass. It's not going to come to fruition because the defense figured out what was going on. I don't know what kind of an arm Ammon Key has. He is just a sophomore, but he had no chance to get rid of that. They lose 2.
Yeah, clearly it looked like he was going to set and throw, but there was too many Flyers. He had number 13 open. That's Hillstead, but he didn't see him. He just didn't see him.
He didn't have time.
And then he got swallowed up by this swarming Flyer defense.
Nice job. We were looking at the replay, and then number 13 stepped right in front of the camera. He was all alone, but they couldn't get the pass off. 3:03 to go in this quarter, second down, and about 12 yards to go. Back, wanting to go to the air, firing it over the middle. It's complete, caught, first down.
Now there's a nice little curl route in the zone in front of the safety, and a sure-handed catch from Johnson again,
Yeah.
and Murphy's starting to get a little rhythm with the passing game right now, Mike.
Nice little pump fake there, see? And he had to hit it just perfect because the Flyers had a man about 2 yards ahead, 2 yards behind. Pass was right there, down to the 46-yard line.
These receivers are so good at finding spots in the zone, and that's a pinpoint pass for Murphy.
Yeah.
He's only a junior, I believe,
Yep,
Mike.
he is. All right, so ball at the 46 of the Flyers. Ball is fumbled, but he gets back on top of it. Loss of about maybe a half a yard to a yard. That time the handoff was there, and he just couldn't find the handle on that oblong little ball. Hits him, bounces away. Look at that good bounce, stayed right in front of him, and pouncing back on it was Gavin Brook.
That's, a number of times we've seen the ball loose on the turf for both teams tonight. 2 turnovers for Dixie, only 1 turnover for Springville. Almost a second there, though.
It was really close. Out of the gun, handoff, looking right up the middle. Keeping the ball again is the QB, Peyton Murphy. Murphy got the lost yard back and a couple of more. And they're going to mark it down across the 45 down to the 43. That'll bring up 3rd and about 7.
Just a reminder, we'll be naming a DATS Trucking Player of the Game. It's a tradition now for us here at ESPN 97.7 to hand out that award in our Johnson Pediatric post-game show. We got some other awards, too, that we'll look at. We've got our Jimmy John Super Sub of the Game, as well as our Appliance Wholesalers Plus Playmaker Play of the Game. I don't know if we've seen it yet. We've seen some big ones.
Yeah, we have a flag, and I think we have movement. Now they're going to get offsides, and it might be Dixie jumping offsides. And it is going to go against the Flyers. That'll set up 3rd down and 2 now, as I think it looked like the defensive end on the near side jumped a little bit and apparently jumped forward.
You know what, though? We've seen a couple flags. There was the jump, the flinch there. But it's been pretty, I've done a lot of season openers, and I know you have as well, where it's been a flag fest.
It's been ugly.
That hasn't been the case tonight. There's been a few, but nothing out of context.
Peyton Murphy with double wide to the near side. Instead, it's just a quarterback draw that gets nothing.
Oh, my goodness.
Smoke.
Connor Walden just shoves his lineman into him, and then help comes. Connor Walden, the key on that stand. I don't know if he's going to end up getting credit for the tackle or not. Take a look at the replay for our.
Boom.
Look, he hits Johnston, his fullback. And that Dixie defense playing downhill.
That was Lorenzo Schweiger.
They're going to go for it, though.
Wrapping him up. Well, at this point, you've only got, they're not even going to get this one. Yeah, they got 20 seconds. Flags fly. A lot of movement.
Yeah, it looked like the fullback jumped the snap, trying to push his quarterback on the sneak. And now what do you do? Now instead of 4th and less than a yard, it's going to be 4th and almost 6.
Yeah, and it's 16 seconds to go. You got to be thinking now, where do you want to turn this ball over if you do?
Well, you're down 2 scores as it is. You're down 9, 2-possession game. You are in Flyer territory, late third quarter.
Yep.
You're going for it. Or you can try to draw them offsides and take a timeout, but kind of early to use a timeout. Maybe you want to save a couple.
I don't think they're going to get the snap off. They're going to let the time run out, and the quarter comes to an end. So now they will have to switch ends, and we'll try it in just a moment. We have a 1-minute break coming up. On the one-loss scoreboard at the end of 3, it remains 21-12. Dixie back in a minute.
There is a place where the sun doesn't hide in the winter, where the greens stay green and the crimson canyons still glow. There is a place where dimples determine destiny, and a tiny wooden tee holds the outcome in the balance. There is a place where we drive for show, putt for dough, and settle the score with another round. There is a place.
Where do you find the titans of classical music in St. George? Classical music on Radio St. George, 100.3 FM. Where do you find the legends of jazz? Evenings on Radio St. George, 100.3 FM.
All right, 12 minutes back on the clock. That's how much time's remaining in this game, barring, of course, any overtime. Flyers maintain that 9-point lead, and no change of thought by the Redmen during the quarter break. It is 4th and 6, and they're going for it. The ball at the 42-yard line. Back, fake the handoff inside. They want to go up in the air, and he's hit from behind. Ball comes loose, and it rolls out of bounds, and the Flyers will get it. I think they're just going to say, did his ball hand go forward? It'll be an incomplete pass at best, and that's what they're going to call. So an incompleted pass. It's 4th down, turnover. Flyers get the ball.
Big rush on that corner coming there. Right into Murphy. He should have seen him, but he didn't really. He just tried to step up and get rid of it. Heck of a play right there by Keanoni.
Yep.
Nihoa Keanoni. I don't know.
Yeah.
He's a playmaker, though. I better get used to saying his name.
We better get that one down. So the Flyers take over on their own 42-yard line as they do hand it off, starting wide, cutting back inside. On the carry that time is Schweitzer, Keaton Schweitzer, and he picks up about 2-3 yards. Give him 3 up to the 45. Well, we're underway in the fourth quarter. Flyers have maintained. There's been no scoring so far here in the second half, but you know what? Flyers would be okay with that.
Yeah, no question. And I'm sitting here looking for all our Dixie Flyer fans, Region 9 fans. We got 21 points. We've been stuck on that since halftime for Dixie.
What's the deal?
We need get over that 25 points so everybody can go get that Holbrook Asphalt Big Score dessert after the game tonight at Yogurtland.
We appreciate them. Second down, about 7 yards to go. Again, they look at the fly in trouble, and he's got to light that one up and just get it out of there. And tell you what, that was a pretty good job that time by Reggie Graff because he was under incredible pressure, and he actually left his feet. Now watch on the replays. Going back, got a great guy, and he kind of jumps and throws it. Fortunately, he got enough on it to get it out of bounds.
Tell you what, I've been watching Reggie Graff play baseball since he was with the Dixie Indians when they went to Cooperstown and made a run when he was in 6th, 7th grade. And, you know, I've been hearing about him on the youth football scene for a long time. Know his dad, Travis, really well, his mom, Tiffany, and both his brothers were Flyers. There's a flag down.
Yeah, I'm not sure. This was an interesting. The official was walking away, and he got back near the huddle, and he just took his flag and threw it in the air. Nobody had moved. Nothing was going on. And illegal grounding. That's what they decided. And they lost the down. Wow.
Well, he wasn't out of the pocket is the call there. You got to be outside the pocket. Let's see. The left tackle's just inside the hash on the left side of the field. Right tackle's kind of at the flyer D at midfield. He's still in the pocket, still in the pocket, still in the pocket. Yeah, I think that's the right call. I don't think he ever got outside the pocket.
I agree on that one.
And no intended receiver. You know, he's throwing off his back foot. There was a receiver 10, 15 yards further downfield. You know, I don't know. That you could argue that's a tough throw with the guy bearing in your face to be really accurate. But at the end of the day, you're right. Reggie Graff was throwing that football away.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Now, the chain across the way said 4th down, but the board up top says 3rd down. The official did indicate it was a loss of down. And so that will make it 3rd. So it's 3rd and a whole bunch, about 23 yards. What do you do? Well, you would assume that means some kind of pass. Trips to the near side for Reggie Graff. Single wide out to the left. And a single defender back with him. And they go with a fly. Inside kicks to the outside. 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. First down and more. And finally gets shoved out of bounds. What a run and what a job by the Flyers.
Benuelos.
I like that man.
Benuelos right there. And I love the play call by Coach Blaine Munkers. Love the draw. You know, so often that gets blown up. You got to block it perfectly. Look at that block on the outside there by your wide receiver. That's Schweitzer. And once he got the edge, picked up the first down with 10 yards to spare, Mike.
Amen. Yeah, he was flying. And once again, I like his exuberance, and I like the way they play. They know where they need to get to, Devin.
Yeah.
So it is first down. The ball all the way down to the 40, make it the 41-yard line, 1st and 10. As the Flyers on the move. Reggie Graff trying to keep him going here. Defense coming to come with the pressure. Swing a pass out. It is caught, but they're going to lose a couple of yards. That was a little bit of a scary pass. Tyson Miller. The good news is Miller's back in and playing again after going out with that severe cramp, but he's back in there again. Loss of 2 on the reception. 10:38 to go in the ball game. 21-12, and that's a 9-point lead. At least it's more than a 1-touchdown lead, but it's still a mite precarious. We have seen Springville and the Red Devils come back in a hurry. So it's 2nd down and 12. Flyers go trips to the near side again for Reggie Graff. Graff loses the ball, reaches down, picks it up, goes straight ahead, and he turns a nothing into a gain, but
little Houdini magic there. I mean, you're looking at a 6-7 yard loss. Graff breaks that initial would-be tackle deep in the backfield.
But he lost the ball.
Yeah, but yeah, at the end of the run, going to cough this up. And I want to see if the knee was down. Man,
well, that's close.
I think he's down, Mike. I thought he was down, but certainly the knees were close. The butt was looked to be down.
I thought he was sitting on the ground, and but that's a long ways away.
That replay looked like maybe they missed one, but a huge takeaway called down the field. Springville has the football right back.
The ball's at the 35-yard line. We go the other way with the Red Devils. Now as Peyton Murphy on the call. Out of the gun, low snap, he gets it, stays in the pocket, now rolls to the right, looking for room down the middle. And did he catch it? If he did, what a catch. He did right at midfield, going down low for that one. I believe that was Ammon Key. I think that was 29. Couldn't tell. I'll wait here for the replay before I make the exact call on that. And, boy, he was just an inch off the ground. No, that's 13. Where did I get that other number? That is Trayton Hillstead. Hillstead's name we've mentioned several times recently.
Yep, another one of their skill guys.
So the ball's at the 49 in Dixie territory, and now the Red Devils thought they were going to the air, but he has room, turns the corner on the far side, picks up an additional 4 down to the 45-yard line. And right now, Red Devils trying to get things rolling. They trail by 9 with about 9 minutes to go in the game.
Update, Snow Canyon has their first lead of the game. That game over on our sister station, News Radio 94.9 FM, 890 AM. Andy Thompson anchoring the coverage. Brenton Stone, sophomore, with the touchdown. But they missed the PAT, so it's 13-8. Snow Canyon leads by 5.
It's 21-12 here. Devils with the ball, back standing in the pocket, stepping up, getting away. Now he has some room, and he got right to the first down marker, but I believe he leaned it ahead for the first down. Nice job there by Peyton Murphy, and the Devils keep this one rolling.
Yeah, good tackle by Lorenzo Schwalger, but not before he moved the chains. Fabulous Freddy's first down. Look at Schwalger right there. Stand him up and drive him back.
But not quite enough. 1st and 10. The ball again at the 38-yard line. 8:20 to go in the ball game. Red Devils trying to make it close. Out of the gun. They hand it off. The big guy up the middle, bowling his way for 5 or 6 yards. Right downfield. He's their east-west runner, or north-south runner, I guess I should say. Better keep him going the right direction. And he just picked up 5 yards, just nothing more than going right up the middle. Flyers finally got him down. Under 8 to go in the game, but it is 2nd down and 5 yards to go. They're mixing it up pretty good right now, run and pass. That's exactly what I think they need to do to keep the Dixie defense honest. Back, and a little flip pass is picked off by the Flyers at the 25-yard line.
Oh, man, almost a little jump pass. Good penetration by the front. Jake Staley with the Oski, and the Flyers get it back after they coughed it up on their last offensive possession. And, wow, that's the 3rd turnover of the night, Mike?
Yeah,
is that right?
It is. Watch the reaction by him as he turns. It's like he looks out. Oh, one-handed. Hauls it in, and that will really, I think, turn the tide in this one. The ball was taken away at the 27, almost 28-yard line. Now the Flyers, if they can get a good drive going, can go into take-away ball. Just keep the ball on the offense. That's easier said than done. Graff out of the backfield. They go with a handoff up the middle. Manuelos looking for room. Not much there that time. In fact, I don't think he got beyond maybe the line of scrimmage. He usually does. He hits and then he tries to roll or kick to the outside. That time I would have to say that the defense figured that out. You see him hit here, turn, boom. Nice job as getting there defensively was Ryland Polson. We've called his name a lot. He comes up from that safety spot a lot.
Appreciate our friends at Buck's Ace Hardware. Now we'll open Dino Crossing, new sponsor of Region 9 football. Been an exciting game tonight, Mike.
It's been a good one. It's a 9-point lead for the Flyers. Manuelos goes left this time. He crosses the 30 out to about the 33-yard line, so that's a gain of 5, and that'll be 3rd down. Still about 5 yards to go for the Flyers, but they're rolling that clock. Now down to 6.5 minutes to go.
Yeah, I think Coach Munker's pretty aware that it's a 2-possession game, and with Benuelos playing as well as he is, running as hard as he has been, why not give him a plenty dose of the carries? And then if they need to improvise, you got Reggie Graff. It's proved that he can be one of the best dual-threat guys in Region 9. This is an eye-opening performance on the opening night for the junior quarterback.
Josh Kazir split wide to the near side. Might be a decoy. It's 3rd and 5. Let's see what they come up with. Graff fakes. He wants to go to the air. Kazir's out there. He gets ahead. Has it at the 40. Down to the 35. And what a job by Kazir. And now he comes up hobbling.
Is he cramping too, Mike?
I think he is. I think they're cramping up.
Kazir right here on a nice touch pass. High, soft fade route. Throws it right into the breadbasket. An easy catch there. Just has to secure it. And down inside the 35, down about the 33 goes Josh Kazir. And
I think it's a cramp once again.
Another Intermountain Sports Medicine injury. And, man, Mike Tolman busy tonight. This one, he got off the field quickly, so we're going to keep play going. But
yep, 5.5 to go in the ball game. Big play once again as they go over the top for that catch to Kazir this time. They go looking over the middle, and
wow,
what a catch. Did he make that?
Yeah, Travis Muir.
Holy smokes.
That's just a quick slant, and that is another pinpoint, precise, clothesline dagger throw from Reggie Graff. Man, he might have a 300-yard game going tonight in his debut as the Flyer signal caller.
You know, you just about couldn't play better defense than Austin Mortensen did on that. He took a swipe. He just couldn't quite get a hand on it. And what concentration there by Muir. 5 minutes to go in the ball game. Flyers up 9, trying to maybe put the dagger in right here. As they get it down, they are knocking on the door of the red zone, right at the 20-yard line. 1st and 10, Dixie. In motion, they fake the handoff, keeping it. Graff goes left, cuts inside, flags all over the place, and that's probably going to go against the Flyers. Looks like there might have been a hold or something. As that time looked like as Graff started wide. And there's the call, and it is holding, and it is against Dixie. So the Flyers will lose that one and bring it back. As he went out, we'll see the replay here. He starts wide, and you really can't see the hold, but it was there. 2 flags come flying in.
Hey, one game we haven't checked on while we have a second, Mike. Hearst Ace Hardware update. Hurricane leads 16-6 with 3:52 left third quarter over Mountain View out of the Tigers' Den.
Hurricane, by the way, according to Perry's Power Guide, was an 11-point favorite, so they're kind of spot on that one, at least right now. Way to go, Tigers. That would be huge for the Tigers to get a win at home to start their season off. 4:28 to go in the game, 1st and 20. As again, they handed. Banuelos looking for room to run. Wow, he didn't get much that time. Started to turn the corner. He got rocked at the 25-yard line. And that was enough to say, hello. That was a wake-up call. That, I got to say, I think goes into the books as one of our Rocky Mountain Collision big hits.
Yeah.
Right there. Boom.
Yep, appreciate
when
those
the head
guys.
pops back, you know it's a hit.
Yeah, if you've taken a big hit in an accident, go see the pros over there at Rocky Mountain Collision. 673-7757. They take the dent out of accidents.
3:48 clock running here. 21-12. Again, no scoring in the second half, but it's been a good football game. Hard hitting. A lot of good action offensively and defensively. And a handoff. This time they bring in Preston Moore.
Now they're trying to get a crackback there from Tyson Miller. The new rule this year, Mike, is on a crackback, you can't just put the head or lead with the shoulder. You have to lead with the hands. And Miller on that far side is coming in, but he couldn't get that block. Hard to see from that camera angle for our television audience. But I think maybe Miller was thinking about that rule and just didn't get the block.
So we're coming up on 3 minutes remaining in the game, and right now Dixie Flyers in great position to get the win over what has turned into be a very good preseason game with Springville. Another good one here.
A little more defense than I expected, not going to lie. I thought we'd see something in the 30s, but it looks like it's going to be more of a middle-of-the-road, lower-scoring game.
We're not going to go away disappointed, are we? A lot of time. Graff in the backfield has a man open in the end zone. Ball knocked away at the last minute.
Ball hung just a little bit too long, and that allowed the DBs, 2 of them, to kind of recover because you're right. Josh Kazir had a good 2-3 yard cushion on that fade route. Reggie maybe just hangs it up a little too much. There you see the recovery speed by the cornerback. A pretty nice play to get in there and break that pass up.
Yeah, good point there. Kazir actually slowed way down to try to allow the pass to get to him. So stops the clock with 2:38 to go in the game. And again, now it's 4th and 15 for the Flyers. And now I'm totally with the coach right now, Coach Munkers. Go for it. If you don't make it, you still make these guys try to go, 80, 85 yards in a short amount of time. And that still wouldn't be enough to win it. So let's see what they do. Jumping, and now it may be 4th and 20. Looks like one of the linemen on the Dixie side of the line jumped early. Well, they'll mark off an additional 5 yards.
Yeah, that's costly. I don't think you changed the decision.
Much,
nope, I think you're right. I think Coach Munkers knows he's got a 9-point lead. There's no 9-point possession. Only 2:37 left on the clock. Dixie up 21-12. Got a Hearst Ace Hardware update before this fourth down play. Down Brown 1-yard touchdown run. So it's back to a 7-point deficit for the Panthers. About 7.5 minutes left in the third quarter.
2:37 to go. And out of the gun, Graff back. Now running for his life, and he gets caught and dropped. That's the one worst thing that could happen. A quarterback sack, and you lose an additional 10 yards. Now it's only a 60-yard difference down to the end zone. Although, again, it's a 9-point lead for the Flyers. Good defense getting in there and holding on was that number 52, I think, on that one that time. And that would be Samote Iloa, big defensive end. So the Red Devils have it with exactly 2.5 minutes to go.
That's big. They still have a chance now. You get that stop, and you keep hopes alive here on the road for the Red Devil fans. Pretty good crowd of them coming down for this game, too. You look over there at the opposing grandstand, and 600-700 plus, I'd guesstimate.
It looked about half of that about the start of the game, but it filled in pretty nice. I agree with you there. From the gun, back. But a flag comes, and I see some movement or some illegal movement on the side of the, that's what it is, procedure call against Springville. So they'll mark it back. That'll make it 1st and 15 yards to go. Ball back now to the 35-yard line. 2:27 to go in this game. You know, as we look around those scores there again, Devin, and we'll give them an update at the end of the game and more, but it's always like there's some games I expected to go the one way, they've gone the other. Some games are going pretty much according to what you would think. And frankly, the closeness of this one is there. Here they go deep, and it is incomplete. Pretty good route, but trying to get there was Trayton Hillstead. Hillstead couldn't quite haul it in.
Yep. Trying that fade wheel route, got on the outside shoulder there for Murphy, and pretty good job staying in the hip pocket, and he had to kind of try to reach out towards the sideline and just maybe got a fingertip on it, but not enough of the football to reel that catch in.
Yeah, that pass, I think, may have hung up just a little bit. It seemed to tail a little bit further toward the outside. Had it been right on, I think he'd have caught it, but the woulda, coulda, shouldas didn't happen as they give up the ball this time. Not fooled are the Dixie Flyer defenders. And they wrapped that one up for a very, very short gain. They were trying to surprise the Dixie defense. Didn't work. Church on the carry, short carry. 2 minutes to go in the ball game. Now it's 3rd and long, about 13 yards to go. From the gun, Peyton Murphy. Low snap. He reaches down and bounces right back up in his arm. Now he has time. And he says, I got to get out of bounds and stop the clock. Well, that was kind of a busted play. Low snap, hit the ground. Good bounce back up to the quarterback. And you'll see it right here on the replay. There it is, down. Bounces into his arms. He has time, but nobody's open. And he steps out, still open, but nobody to throw to. And I think that is a coverage non-pass.
Yep. And now this might be the game, Mike. I mean, you can just pretty much kneel on it. 1:45 left. You're up 21-12. Flyers fans on their feet sensing the victory here on 4th down and about, 4 yards to go for the Red Devils. They got to get it just across midfield.
Yep.
Long 3, really. They're about to 47.
Back. They want to go to the air, swing a pass. It is out. It is complete across the way. Caught and drugged down now, Clayton Johnson. Johnson with a good catch, but time running out on the Red Devils with $1:38 to go in the game. Nice pass, but that was a very soft zone there by the Flyers. They were just saying nothing deep's getting by us.
We got 3 games in a lightning delay. It looks like Provo Cedar's getting close to firing back up, but Desert Hills is in a lightning delay, and so is Canyon View at Beaver, Mike. So everybody that's up north right now having some trouble with some weather.
Wow.
Safety's
got to be number 1.
Yep. That was a great out route, though, to keep this drive alive.
Once again, back. Murphy stands in there, looks deep, fires it out. It is complete. and down around the 20-yard line. So they're making a go in the final seconds of this one. But again, Dixie has really dropped back into prevent defense, and the Red Devils know it.
Well, and I like these out routes because they're getting separation. They're completing them, but they're stopping the clock. They're getting out of bounds, both those by Clayton Johnson. And now right at the 20-yard line, obviously if they can score, onside kick comes into play here.
Johnson's a big target, 6 feet 4 inches tall. And low snap, flag goes down. May have seen movement. I'm not sure which way along the line. A couple of Flyers clapping their hands, so that does. Goes against the Red Devils. Well, that hurts a little bit. Pushes you back an additional 5, back to the 25. But they're ready. 1:28 to go in the ball game. Flyers up 21-12 over the 5A Red Devils out of Springville High School. Snap back, Murphy plants a foot, fires it up in the air, going up, and incomplete.
I like what they did there with Hunter Knighton, their sophomore DB. They brought him in a dime package. He's going to send some help over the top to Miller, Tyson Miller, and really not a big window to fit that in. And Miller had Johnson blanketed anyway.
It was beautiful defense. So that brings up second down now, and still 15 yards to go. But a 1:22 to go here in the ball game. Peyton Murphy trying to pull off a miracle here. They'd have to score more than 9 points in $1:20. He steps back, inside screen. It is complete. Turning it upfield, getting down inside the 15. And that's close, but not a first down. And they'll stop the clock, they being the Red Devils across the way. 1:10 remaining in the game. So the ball gets down to the 14. That'll be 3rd and 4 with 1:10 to go. It's been a good one. Boy, we certainly appreciate our great sponsors. Once again, our Pace Culligan water clock shows us 1:10 remaining. Need a new water softener? Don't do it yourself. Hey, I thought once of doing it myself, and quickly I got smart.
Yeah, I appreciate Gridiron University All-Star Game. Not one, but 2 All-Star Games coming New Year's bowl game style here to Southern Utah. January 5th, you're going to have Utah versus the Nation. It's a freshman 9th grade All-Star game. And then you'll have the FBS All-Stars against the FCS All-Stars. A lot of NFL scouts, a lot of the AAF conference with, of course, Salt Lake getting a new franchise. That'll start after the Super Bowl this year. Dennis Erickson's the coach up there now.
That's right.
We're going to have a coach's clinic. So mark your calendars. Desert Hills High School, January 5th, Gridiron All-Star Games coming to Southern Utah. Great shot of Reggie Graff, the junior quarterback, getting a little water over there. Look at the sweat and the perspiration just on the hot day here in mid-August in the season opener. But Flyers looking good, but they got to get one more stop here. Well, 2. It's 3rd down.
2, 3rd down. Back goes the quarterback. He pumps right. Now he gets it up in the air. It's on the way, and it's a touchdown. It is a touchdown.
They went to Johnson. 3 big catches. The first one out on 4th down, and then another deeper out to get him down to the 20, and then the double move, the little out and up, the pump fakes what froze Miller, and Miller couldn't react.
Catch up.
And that was a perfectly thrown ball by Murphy. And now this is a big onside or a big extra point because you want to be able to, maybe get into field goal range if you happen to recover the kick because we only have 1:02 left on this clock.
Snap is back. The kick is away, and it is good. So he gets it through, and that does change things a bit as it tightens up with 1:02 to go. 21-19. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Every year, 40% of all food in the U.S. never gets eaten.
40%. That's almost half the food we produce.
Food waste is a serious problem. It impacts all of us.
And it's expensive. Your family is throwing $1,500 a year in the trash.
We're working hard to put food waste on the chopping block.
And you can do the same at home.
Learn how to cook it, store it, and share it.
Just don't waste it.
Go to SaveTheFood.com.
I will welcome you back. We have 1:02, but now it is a 2-point ball game. as they needed 9, got 7, and right now you would almost have to anticipate an attempted onside kick. Obviously, onside kick, recover, and a field goal would win the game.
Yeah, and you just wonder, you're trying to put so much in. How much time have you put into fall camp on onside kicks for this play right here? Maybe a few times. Maybe you ran through it in your walkthrough yesterday, so we'll see if they can execute it.
And the Flyers are fully expecting that. Nobody back deep, and here comes the kick. And a big high bounce, and I believe they get it.
You're right. Perfect kick. It just skipped high over the front line, and they ran it about 12, 13 yards, clearly past 10, and recovered the onside kick. And they're a field goal away from crushing Dixie's hearts on the season opener. They still have 54 seconds on the clock. Watch the bounce. The one bounce, and then the boom, high bounce. And that was perfectly done. Big 84 right there for the Red Devils is the guy, Porter Thorpe, that got the onside recovery.
Now they bring it back because you cannot advance the ball. But where he caught it is where the ball is marked. So now it's at the 43-yard line. But there is 54 seconds remaining. Boy, talk about run to perfection. What a job. Here he comes, Peyton Murphy, trying to rally the troops. Now the Flyer fans getting up, trying to rally their defense a little bit. A lot more nervous than they were a minute ago. A lot of time. The ball is up. It goes deep, and it's incomplete down around the 10-yard line.
Yeah, nice job by Beezer in coverage. You know, he started this game at safety, moved over to corner. It's just trailing that play that had to be perfectly dropped on the hands of the intended receiver, Hillstead, and he just overthrew him by maybe a foot or so.
There's been 2 receivers in the last 10 minutes of play. Hillstead left and Johnson to the right for the team. 48 seconds to go, 21-19. Once again, I hope you can hear the Dixie Flyer fans. We can feel them rumbling the grandstand here. Back goes Murphy, and he tries to break through, but the defense gets a whole loss of a yard. Down goes Murphy, and they do call a timeout with 41 to go.
Yeah, nice job. I think that was Jackson Reyes, your outside backer, coming on a stunt. Coach Wayne Alafapo, the DC for the Flyers, turning him loose, and he was able to try to step up in the pocket, but Reyes able to cave down and get him low and stop him for a 2-yard loss on the sack.
Boy, what a game we have seen, and it would just kind of be, to me, great after a very good offensive show by the Flyers to see the defense stand up, maybe maintain this lead, because there's not much time left. 41 seconds remaining. 21-19, Flyers up by just 2. And think about it, how many point afters were missed? 2. The game would and probably should be tied.
By the way, halftime now over at Dixie State University. That's where Snow Canyon's playing. Their turf's not going to be done until their next home game in a couple weeks. Taylorsville scores a touchdown with no time on the clock. So at halftime, they have a 16-13 lead over the Snow Canyon Warriors.
Wow.
Lightning delays in Cedar, Desert Hills, and Canyon View's game. And last report we had was Pineview was still down 7 to Green Canyon over at Pineview High School.
All right, here we go. 3rd down and about 12 yards to go with 41 seconds. Peyton Murphy in the backfield. Double wide to the near side. Single wide right. Bad snap. It goes all the way back. Murphy goes back and gets it. Steps up, fires it deep, and it's complete for a 1st down.
Unbelievable. Murphy, how did he do that?
Wow.
Nobody there. They only rushed 3, maybe 4, Mike, and so they weren't coming on a stunt. So nobody, you had all your D tackles there. They couldn't get to Murphy because he had to go so far back to get the bad snap, and he fires a completion down outside the 30 to about the 32.
It is 1st and 10. Now a lot of movement. Who jumped first along the line?
They spiked the ball, but the flag came in.
Wow.
Would the near side throw a flag or a beanbag? I couldn't tell.
They're walking together. I don't know if they're going to wave it off or whatever, but
yeah, they're just going to call.
Just it was a beanbag. All right. So it is 2nd down and 10 yards.
Well,
a
lot of times you'll see some movement because guys are not completely set because your quarterback's trying to spike it so quickly. But they got everybody set. So now 2nd down, 21-19.
10 yards to go. 24 seconds to go in the game.
And they're right there in the cusp of field goal range. Their kicker has a strong leg. He's missed the PAT tonight, but he's got a strong leg.
He has time, rolls right. He's got some room. He runs. He has the first down and a lot more. And Dixie left that mid-range area wide open with 16 seconds to go. They are well within a relatively easy pitch on the pass. We'll have to see what they come up with.
Conditioning a huge part of this fourth quarter. And Murphy looks like he's got some gas left in the tank with a nice scramble and smart to get out of bounds, pick up the first down. Now you got 4 downs. That's not an issue because it's 16 seconds left on the clock. Dixie clinging to a 2-point lead, but they are now in field goal range. It's about be a 36, 37-yarder from here.
Well, see what they come up with. Now they send Clayton Johnson and a timeout. They were sending him out to the near side, and I don't know if they saw something or if something wasn't set up right, but you got to make sure. So a timeout taken by Springville. Well, what moments ago, a couple of minutes ago, looked to be pretty much a sure win for Dixie is quite honestly very much in doubt right now. 16 seconds to go in the game. Leading by just 2, the Dixie Flyers, but Springville has gone deep, and they have been successful. The ball all the way down to the 21-yard line with, again, a 1st and 10 at that point. So they've got the time, and they've got the talent. Let's see if the Dixie defense can match them up. I'll tell you what, I'm going to keep my eye on big number 7, 6'4" Clayton Johnson.
Yeah, I think you're going to see Coach Olapopo go ahead and stunt here, knowing you got to make a big play, try to get a tackle in the backfield, maybe get a sack, back them up just a little bit. That I would. Yeah. I mean, you roll the dice. You've been dropping back and dime, and you haven't rushed the last couple plays.
Right.
And quarterback's been able to make some plays. Murphy, game on the line. He's coming up clutch so far. Can he finish the deal? The Dixie Flyers defense going to hang strong.
Here we go. Out of the gun. Stepping back. He has time. They put up the pass. It is deep in the end zone. Knocked away. And it was number 7, Clayton Johnson, they were looking for. Good defense by the Flyers.
Well, and right now Tyson Miller is shadowing him. They were on the other side of the field. Right. He is one-on-one with Clayton Johnson. I love that. You put your best cover guy on him, and he swats it away. I think he would have the pick. I think actually Johnson knocks it away from Miller.
The defender. I agree with that. But the clock ran down to just 10 seconds. So that did take some time as well as end up incomplete.
Well, they don't have any timeouts left. They are out of timeouts, Mike. Dixie has all 3 of theirs, but not going to do you much good with just 10 seconds on the clock if they do kick a field goal.
All right, here we go. 2nd down, 10 yards to go. Again, game on the line. Here comes the pressure. He steps up over the middle, fires it, and it is touchdown.
Yes.
Touchdown.
Murphy did it. He took a hit. He took a hit at the goal line, and Johnson again, Clayton Johnson, going to break the Flyers' hearts. He goes high, takes the contact, and as he falls down, it did appear we're a ways away that he was across the plane of the goal line. That kid is a warrior, Mike.
Yeah, amen.
Clayton Johnson looks like he's going to win it for the Red Devils.
It is 25-21 and only 3 seconds to go in the game. This will come the point after now on the Utah Gastroenterology point after. It is up and it is good. That'll make it 26-21. And with just 3 seconds left, it definitely now would take a miracle for the Dixie Flyers. And, Heartbreak Hotel here tonight for Dixie.
I'm so impressed with Clayton Johnson and Murphy for that matter. These two, I'm not keeping their stats. I don't know if that ball got in or not, Mike. I'd love to see that if we have a goal line camera angle because the backside official was behind the end zone. From our vantage point, we're out near about midfield, and hard to tell, but they gave it to him, so it don't really matter.
Right. Hey, he's big redhead there. Took his helmet off across the way. I tell you what, and they did exactly what they had to do. And let's give a little more credit, I think, to Peyton Murphy. What do you do if you got a big guy, 6'4"? You throw it up high where he's the only guy that can get to it. They did, and it paid off as looks like right now anyway, it's going to be a miracle finish for the Springville High Red Devils.
Yeah, that's an unbelievable drive.
Here's the throw again. Up, he goes up, gets the ball, comes down. Again, our angle. But, again, it looks like there was blue underneath that ball.
Not a defining angle by no means, but you're right. From our vantage point there in that replay. Now they need to return for a touchdown.
Deep kick down to the 10-yard line, trying to find room. That's it. Game over. He could not get to the outside. He was trying to find a wall to get out there, but there was really nothing open. And so the Flyers turned back inside, and there was just really nowhere to go. And getting up very slowly once again is Tyson Miller. And he's either cramping or I think it's cramping again. But what a game we have witnessed once again. And now, Devin, we can just put that in the book and say yet another thriller between the Flyers and the Red Devils.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, no question. Everybody, 26 points. We did get the Holbrook Asphalt big score dessert, but Flyer fans not going to be happy. But they'll still take it, maybe a little saving grace. But it's a non-region game, but you hate to see. I mean, if you look at the time of possession, not drastically different because both teams possess the ball pretty evenly tonight. But when you look at how much time Dixie spent with the lead tonight, to lose this game has to sting because they led almost the entirety of this game.
Wow, what a game it turned out to be. We're going to take a 90-second break. We'll come back. We'll take a look at some of the highlights of the second half and in the ball game. We'll have some stats and things for you as well, give you what scores we have. And then, of course, you have a lot more coming up tonight. So there you have it. Once again, a final 26-21. The Red Devils get it done. Postgame coming up in 90 seconds.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. But it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
What's Beethoven's favorite fruit? Banana.
$150/90.
180/111.
160/110. I had a stroke.
This is what high blood pressure looks like. You might not feel its symptoms, but the results from a stroke are far from invisible or silent. If you've come off your treatment plan, get back on it, or talk with your doctor to create an exercise, diet, and medication plan that works for you. Go to loweryourhbp.org.
If I would have followed a treatment plan, I would not be in this situation.
All right, we welcome you back once again to now a kind of a very quiet crowd, as it looked like for a moment there. In fact, for quite a while, it was going to be a big win for the Dixie Flyers, but they come away on the wrong end of that, I think it was 26-21 score, as they lose it on some last-second heroics. And, Devin, I think it was a perfect example. When you get down and you still have a life, what do? Well, you go to your big guns, and the big guns tonight turned out to be the Peyton Murphy to Clayton Johnson combination.
Yeah, I mean, out route for a fourth down conversion, and then another deep out route, stop the clock, and then after targeting him a couple more times, they finally go over the middle instead of the fade route or the out route, and right at the goal line goes high, 6'4" frame, and big Johnson, Clayton Johnson, gets that game-winning touchdown. Hate to say that, but for Dixie fans, that's the Appliance Wholesalers Plus Playmaker play of the game. I mean, season opener, game on the line, drive all the way down the field, 3 seconds on the clock, and you get the touchdown. And didn't have to try that field goal attempt. They were in field goal range.
Right.
And that was kind of risky as long as that play took, because by the time they stop the clock, if he doesn't catch that, you're looking at about a 34, 35-yard attempt there. but we'll never know because they caught the touchdown.
Yeah, and when you don't have to worry about it. That says a lot. So, once again, thanks for joining us here in the post game. Let's go right to the highlights here. We appreciate the crew once again in the truck from CEC. There is a fake into the inside and a run by Graff. Graff knew where the first down was needed, and he dives to get it as the Flyers looking good. Again, this time they get it over the middle. Beautiful catch, and especially a lot of yak yards after the catch there by Josh Kazir.
But Murphy, there's his favorite target. Third quarter, they went to the air a lot more. They kind of abandoned the run game, and they showed they're more than just a running team with plays like that.
Amen. Yeah, I think we really saw it. Here is a handoff and a big run, and boy, is this guy fun to watch.
That's a 3rd and long. That's a 3rd and 16, if I remember correctly. Weston Buenuelos right there on the draw play. A lot of confidence for Coach Blaine Munkers to call that play, and it worked perfectly.
Yep, once again, we're looking at Peyton Murphy as he drops back, starts to step up, flips it over. There's the interception, and really at that point, I think there was a lot of folks on the near side thinking, okay, we got the takeaway. Then a nice pass, and what a diving catch there by Travis Muir. I mean, the Flyers really did, Devin, had some great plays tonight. Buenuelos down inside the 25-yard line to keep Dixie moving along. And we see more great action. Again, this time, though, that really hurt as they got the quarterback sacked. They lost an additional 10 yards. And then there was some other problem. But here we go, down the stretch. Guess who? Wide open on the far side. The outside route, as you said, every time. Big number 7, Clayton Johnson with a catch. Low snap, but he gets it back up, fires it over the middle. And this time, there's the other guy. Trayton Hillstead really made a name for himself, I thought, in the second half.
Yeah, not as many catches as Johnson, but they were timely. And little double move there. Boom. And that was the first score they needed to get. That gave them the opportunity to set up an onside kick. And clearly, if you've been listening for the last 5 or 6 minutes, you know what happens right here.
Yeah, here it comes for those watching. Look at this bounce. The Dixie Flyers, I thought, was in great position. They had 4 guys around the ball, and suddenly it bounced like 5 feet over their heads, and, of course, taken over. And there you have it. They went in. And the final play, 3 seconds remaining, the catch down to big number 7, Clayton Johnson. Here we go.
It's just
over
a post.
The top. Boom.
Just a post route right there. And he went up high. Murphy took Clayton Johnson. I have a feeling Region 8 better get used to hearing that combo a little bit. They were the champs in that region last year and off to a good start. A come from behind road victory. Coach Willie Childs has got to love his effort from his kids. You love the effort. You see a lot of talent for Dixie, but this one got away. There's no question. This one got away. It wasn't as big a shootout as we've seen in past matchups between these two teams who have played the season opener for years and years and years. But it was a dandy like we've seen in years past.
Amen.
I want to officially thank Johnson Pediatric Dentistry for our post-game sponsorship, and they'll be with us all season long. Dr. Cody and staff do such an incredible job. Parents, choose Johnson Pediatric Dentistry. We got to get to some stats. Got to get to some awards. I kind of jumped the gun on our Appliance Wholesalers Plus Playmaker Play of the Game, but you just saw it.
It's okay. I wouldn't disagree at all. Absolutely, we saw it. We couldn't go anywhere else. Game winner on the line. They came through.
But I'm gonna go with the final Wilkinson stat line, and at the same time, I'm gonna nominate Reggie Graff in his debut. A lot of pressure, junior quarterback. Playing for a head coach that's got a long history of calling great games as the OC in Blaine Munkers. And Reggie Graff did not disappoint tonight. Mike, you look at the final numbers for Reggie, and how about 75 rushing yards and a touchdown, and 248 passing yards and 2 more touchdowns. Had that long one to Miller for 54 yards, had his long run of 60 yards on the ground. So you look at, what's that, 248 plus 75. That's over 300 yards of total offense. And I can see the comparison in the making, some of the all-time greats that have come through Dixie High School. And no question, I think Dat Strucking tonight delivers you your player of the game, Reggie Graff. Some other guys that were in the mix, though. I thought Tyson Miller gave you everything. He's going to be fun to watch all year on both sides of the ball. Benuelos is a guy that's going to be a very, very exciting running back for them.
No doubt, no doubt.
Then you got a lot of, other receivers. They spread the ball around.
Josh Kazir, I think, really deserves a lot of kudos for what he was able to come up with.
Yeah, he looks good. He looks solid.
Does.
Walden got nicked up. We saw him make a catch earlier for a big first down. Then he didn't play because of the ankle tweak, but you saw Travis Muir come up with a couple catches in tonight's game. So there's some talent on this offensive line. Granted, they were missing, a couple guys that got injured just this week in practice. They're starting cornerback Kason Reese. You saw him shuffle guys around a lot on defense. Lost Slade Kolb, their starting center, to a non-football hand injury. He'll be back in a couple weeks. So, they'll get better. This Dixie Flyer team will get better. They'll learn from this heartbreaking 26-21 loss to Springville tonight. But I think Reggie Graff going to be your dad's trucking player of the game tonight.
I agree. I couldn't go any better.
And really, if you want to look at your Jimmy John Super Sub for Southern Utah locations, Freaky Fast, pick one of the key catches by Johnson down the stretch. If you he's not a sub. I don't know that they put any subs in that fourth quarter, but I mean, when you're looking at a guy that didn't get a sub, can I twist it that way, Mike?
There you go.
I mean, Hillstead is a starter, Johnson was a starter, Murphy they're all starters, so. Really hard to pinpoint somebody there. You could look at a couple guys from Dixie that came in and did some nice things as your Jimmy John Super Sub of the game. Who you got in mind for that award?
I was just trying to think, as you mentioned, we had a lot of guys. They may have started tonight, but they really subbed in because of some major injuries. And I think a couple of those guys we might look at and say, wow, they stepped in, tough position, good team, and yet they were able to do a pretty good job. I was just trying to we made the name of defensive lineman Leuben Westphal. Had a couple of big plays here tonight. He didn't sub in, but there was some others. Can't come up with them right off.
Probably George. I mean, you could go with the center, George. Because
that is true.
He's a guy that, started this game, and they did have a couple of turnovers, a couple of times it slipped out. There was a couple sacks and resulted in a fumble for Dixie. It wasn't the cleanest game,
right?
But you got to give the sophomore some credit. I mean, he gave his team a chance to win.
I think I really think that's a good call. A lot of times you won't see. Maybe we give kudos like that to these guys, but I thought he stepped in. He did a good job, not perfect, but I think it was well worth honoring.
George Lamb,
nice job.
George Lamb, 6'2", 215. The sophomore going to be your Jimmy John's Super Sub of the game. Appreciate Wilkinson's, our friends at Johnson Pediatric Dentistry, of course, Dad's Trucking, AWP, all our great post-game sponsors. Let's do this, Mike. We got some bonus coverage. Maybe we can go to Paul back in the studio, maybe take a break, and then we can get a little bit sneak peek of that Snow Canyon game over on KDXU. We can go to that game here on 97.7 ESPN, and then we'll kind of go back and forth with some live looks at that game and start our Region 9 wrap-up show here in about 15 minutes. I'm getting a report that Pineview just scored again, so it's 38-31 over at Pineview High School. So 7-point game in the fourth quarter. Green Canyon has the ball, so Pineview's going to need a quick stop.
Wow.
Chance maybe to come back, so we'll track that game for you. I also got an interesting report that with the Lightning up north, they might be canceling the Highland Desert Hills game because there's so much lightning in the area. It's a non-region game. I don't know if they'll stay overnight, play that game tomorrow. It was in the third quarter. I don't know if it'll be official or they'll just scrap the game.
Boy.
It's 14-7. Highland has the lead, so we got a lot to follow up on that story as well in our Region 9 wrap-up show coming up here in just a few minutes.
All right. We do, again, thank you, the guys at CEC TV. Thank you so much. Great job, as always, tonight. We appreciate that. And so we'll wrap up this portion again. We'll wrap up our TV coverage, wrapping it up with live coverage from Waltbrook Stadium here. But, again, bonus coverage coming up. Plus, be sure and stay tuned for the complete wrap-up show. That's going to do it tonight from Waltbrook Stadium. Thanks for being with us. On behalf of Devin Dixon, I'm Mike McGarry, and all the guys at CEC TV and our folks back in the studio. Have a great night. Don't go away on radio. A lot more coming. Good night.